Hello everyone. Hello. I'm here. It's Thursday. Welcome to tonight's stream. We got the final full week of the MFL Draft League. And we will also be playing Ocarina of Time afterwards. Right off the bat, I just want to fucking say, for everyone who believed in my performance in this draft league, tonight's stream is for you. Tonight's stream is for you. This is a good day for the Morgan enthusiasts. But yeah, we're starting off with draft league stuff tonight. It's the final week, really, and then it's like makeups, which is like not as many matches, and then all that's left is playoffs. It's crazy. It's been a long time coming. As always, we got some exciting matches for you tonight. It's gonna be a hell of a stream. We know at this point most of the people who are going to be in playoffs. I would say like 6 out of 8 have been decided. And there's really only 2 more matches. But those 2 matches could determine like who gets in, who drops out. We'll have to see. But as always, I am joined by my co-host, Sienna, who is really more of the host.
Instant burp? Damn. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, hi. Hi. Motherfucker league.
Motherfucker!
Am I quiet?
Yeah, you are very quiet. I could barely hear you over my sound, and I have Discord turned all the way up.
Oh damn, my like gain knob got like turned all the way down. Is this better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Well, before we start, hold on. We have something very important. I have more Mario Oreos. Can anyone guess what the first one is? If you guess right, you get a free like merit. You know how Lilly has the demerit? You get a free merit.
Bowser.
Is everybody locked in their answers? I'm gonna spoil it right now. Hazel, you got it wrong, and I fucking wish there was a Birdo Oreo. That would be sick. Nintendo's not smart enough. Although we actually did, someone guessed it right. Eve, congratulations, you're getting a merit because it was in fact Toad. So, honestly, I think we should just give Eve a 6th win for that.
Yeah, we can put...
Yeah, Eve is the only one who's 6'3".
Oh, Toad from Mario. Alright, yeah. Wait, okay, here, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, here, wait. Here, you'll see. I'm just gonna like, I just gotta go on the sheet really quick and just gotta like...
Take your time, I gotta get the sheet open.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a... You know, Toad, we love Toad, so, and you've said the Toad, you've guessed Toad correctly, and Eve had the Toad, like, thought, and... and Toad was there for Mario, so give Eve Toad. Okay, Toad is on Eve.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. Fuck yes.
I just googled Toad Mario and this fucking stupid movie toy just like...
It's like just off model enough Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess next week is gonna be like half length. Or maybe
Yeah.
we'll figure out a way to stretch it out to be full length somehow.
Yeah, we're gonna watch every stream on very slow, and every battle on very slow, and we're gonna bring in you know the who's the guy on YouTube does the voices? I don't know, like the
That could be anyone.
Brock Baker. He's gonna do dramatic reading of every chat message. So.
Awesome.
Is Brock Baker the one who like moved to China and like became like a?
I don't know anything about Brock Baker.
Wait, like, YouTuber moved to China. Who is it? Brock Baker? Is it Bart Baker? Bart Baker. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Don't worry. This is irrelevant. Do you want to pull up Sauzels versus Bell?
Yes.
I think this should be our first one because both of these characters are in the call right now. He's eating. Oh no. Well, don't worry. You'll finish eating eventually. We'll get through the replay and we'll talk about Bell's thing, and then by the time it's done, you probably won't have to wait that long. It'll probably be okay. Probably.
Hopefully.
It's not okay? Oh. Guess we'll have to just die.
Alright. Lots of blue on Bell's side. A lot of blue and black.
Bell's roster has the best color coordination.
Really does.
Regardless of anything you can say about Bell's roster, best color coordination.
Okay, so we'll have to wait for Faye's game. Oh, the instant Willow on Swampert.
Yeah.
Swampert not having a good time in Gamers Heaven.
Yeah.
And the defog, too.
Yeah, the liquidation doing less than the Drocky helmet chip.
Yeah.
Oh
my god, Gamers Heaven just like completely hard-walling this poor Swampert.
Taking just slip turning too, like yeah, and then just
I forgot about Mystical Fire for a second. I was like, wait, why the switch into the Hatterene?
Hat gets tricked with Scarf. So now we have a burned Swampert and a scarfed Hat, just not gloating that well. This DNC needs to leave Ironhead. It's not Defiant, at least. But Scarm fucking sorry for leaves.
It's looking rough for Bell already.
Yeah,
not
and
the
Bell forgets to choose Scarf and clicks Calm Mind.
Oh my god.
Now the DNC is burned, which doesn't help matters really.
Yeah, everything is going badly for Bell, but it's like going badly in slow motion.
Rocks go up, but then they go away, but at least the evasion drop. Again, Missile Fire, but just the instant Rotom Heat Switch. DNC comes in, but it's just, Bell's on the back foot here. And there aren't a lot of, like, big plays getting made. Just the switch in, a really unfortunate switch in to the Meow.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. The DNC should have gotten sacked there. The Intimidate forces out the Gambit, but, like, all Bell can really do is U-turn out and take, like, more helmet chip than the fucking Scarm is taking.
Yeah.
Bell
just does not have a good matchup into this Scarm at all.
Yeah, Mystical Fire, Yeah, and it would have been all right if it weren't for like just the getting the fucking hat scarfed so early.
Yeah.
Really hurt it. Brave Bird, you're just kind of clicking the buttons, trying to hope like, man, maybe we can make something happen.
Jerry is trying so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hazel's just
like,
kind of winning the long game currently. Just Belle is not able to do enough.
It just kind of dismantled, like, made all Belle's Pokemon useless as early as possible, and now it's just kind of like,
yeah.
There's no CC on this Skarm, or on this Staraptor, so it's just like it can't even ship the Skarm that well. You can click like fast here if you want, because this takes a while for a little bit. There are a lot of there's a lot of roosts that happen. And nothing. I don't really know why Belle kept staying in here. It's like there probably should have been a point where Belle just like switched in like the Nidoqueen on like a roost or something, and just try to make a play. But like, I don't know. She just keeps playing this weird little game where she keeps roosting and brave birding on this Skarm that absolutely will outlive her.
Yeah.
A lot of this game, like, the problem is just kind of Belle was not really able to make big plays, like, and it's especially like when you're playing like when you're on the back foot like this, when you have like so many Pokemon that have been kind of made useless, like you really need to like try to make those plays, but it's just not really happening here.
What did the voice call sound like when this was happening?
Dude.
Not
Belle clicks another ground move on a floating thing.
Oh no.
Like her fourth one.
This is so sad.
Yeah. And now Skarm just kind of clicks some button.
The 6-0 is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Kind of a methodical destruction of Belle's deal here. Okay. Alright, Belle. I'm gonna bring you in here, Belle, and you're gonna, like...
Ooh, alright. Where do we begin?
I was born in New Jersey.
Nothing out of the ordinary about any of these sets. You've pretty much seen all of these before.
Yeah, these are pretty normal. Yeah.
Yeah, I did hit Earthquake / Earth Power on a floating thing twice in this game, which was pretty funny. I can't believe I still make that mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you said, I kind of just got all my stuff. Hazel just kind of hit the off switch on all my guys.
Yeah.
As for why I didn't switch in during the Roost game, I wasn't able to see, like, I don't know. I could see certain patterns, but I was not able to, like, fully know when a Roost was going to happen, and I did not want to switch into whatever the fuck that thing was going to hit with.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, like, and there's generally just, like, it can be hard sometimes, like, I don't know. It's really scary to sack stuff, like, when you're like, a newer player especially. it's really scary to just try to actually like just let a Pokemon die, because you're just like, oh, what if I need it, like whatever, right? And it takes some experience to be able to evaluate game state and just say like, this is okay. It's okay if this dies now, like, or this isn't useful anymore or whatever. But it's just kind of, you know, you weren't like, you know, you're not quite at that point, but that's okay.
All right.
It's something that everybody has to learn.
Yeah.
Um,
That it is.
but yeah. I don't know. I like helped build for this. I don't really have any notes on it. Honestly, I don't remember that well, like what I thought while I was building it. Like I know what the ideas generally were, but this was a little slapped together. But like I don't think it was the worst team ever. I don't think it was the best team ever. It was just kind of whatever, and like Hazel just kind of did a good job dismantling it.
Yep.
Piece by piece.
Pretty much.
I do.
Oh, have I been like audible? I was a little far away from my mic this whole time.
Yeah, you sound good.
All right, cool.
But yeah. Overall, Belle. I mean, this is Belle's last game. You know, she's out of the league now. But I mean, I'm still proud of you, Belle. I'm still proud of the games that you were able to win. I think you did good coming in. You didn't even like this is like kind of an inherited roster that was mostly just random, like Devi's favorite, like random selection of Devi's favorite Pokemon. Like,
I mean, it was fine because like
a lot of them are also your favorite Pokemon. Yeah.
I got to keep a lot of things that I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Even after trades.
Yeah.
I mean, especially like after trades.
I do need to take a phone call really quickly.
All right, cool.
Ah, fuck! I have to do the interview now.
Well,
Belle, where did it all begin? This is the end of your motherfucker journey, but you're a legend nonetheless.
Thank you. I really began. Damn, who was the first person I fought? I gotta look back at that again.
I can check.
Oh, it was Ray. Wait, nope. Yep, that was Hazel's. Haha. Lillie. I don't even remember fighting Lillie. That's so funny. I remember fighting Faye because that was the one that like took forever.
Mm-hmm. You did win the war of attrition.
Those two victories had me like so like pumped.
Yeah.
And maybe I was just kind of like, I don't know, maybe I went in a little bit over my head. But in the end I had a lot of fun.
Honestly, genuinely, the win against Faye is like, even if it didn't get you in like the tip of the top, like that's a huge win because like Faye was like one of the most easily secured people in playoffs. Faye got in like maybe like Faye was like maybe the second or third like guaranteed person in playoffs.
Okay, this should be good. But alright. Yeah. I feel weird coming in a bit after time.
Alright.
Thanks for your time, pal.
Hey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great games, everybody.
Yep. Alright, I'll invite Hazel here.
Favorite Pokemon on Belle's team? Honestly, Jerry the Staraptor. He was trying his damn best that entire time. You know, everybody else had to cower in fear. Jerry was the only one brave enough to step up. He's a brave bird.
Brave bird.
Hazel.
Hi.
Talk about this.
Oh, you know what? We should actually. What is Belle's favorite Pokemon in her roster? Especially since like this is the last time we'll see her. Like I think for people who are gonna stay, we could wait. But for like people who are out,
Belle's got a Bill's yiping. which is probably, let's see. Yeah, so we don't even need to be team, just the whole roster. Yeah, I'll just let her type this.
You could
Yeah.
bring her back up.
For one sentence. Sorry. I'm like, it's me, no. Gotta be Frostseed. That's kind of real. Frostseed.
Honestly, that's a boss pick.
He was a pimp. In all the games he was in, he was a pimp.
Literally.
He's just so fucking. He's so much more powerful than you believe.
Honestly, I also want to do my favorite Pokemon on each roster.
Yeah, we can do that for all the things. Yeah.
Yeah, for anyone who we know is like out.
Yeah.
My favorite Pokemon overall on Belle's roster. Honestly, it's the same as Belle. It really is that Ferroseed. Ferroseed is fucking dope. It like it did all it needed to do, which was be baby Ferrothorn. It's probably one of the best tier 6 like poverty picks. Like it's just got that good ass utility, and like basically every game that Belle brought Ferroseed to, even if like they weren't winning games, like Ferroseed made shit happen. You know?
Yeah,
I honestly think, like, Belle would probably, like, based on her performance with Ferroseed specifically, she probably would do better with, like, maybe more, like, stall-oriented, like, teams.
Yeah.
Because she was playing really well with it.
Yeah. Slower paced games definitely are good. It's just a weird roster. Like, you know, it's kind of it's kind of a slapped together roster from a handful of things. So it's like, you know, it just happens, but
Belle says real answer probably Swampert.
Real answer.
Swampert is very good too.
Swampert's also.
I mean, Swampert is just so fucking.
I wanted Swampert, but
Swampert was brought to every game.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy.
So
with
hard not to
bring. I got instead, but
I think my favorite mon on Belle's roster is Nidoqueen, because the fucking Nido Queen and King are both the fucking Reapers. They just kill with no remorse. I love how much these Pokemon with like base like 75 and like 82 or like 85 like special attack respectively, just like do 1 million. They just shit damage. It's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
But
Nidoqueen is scary.
Yeah. All right. Let's pull up Sauzels Team. Let's talk about this.
All right. Yeah. So, I mean, if you look at the team from the top, once again, the Dastardly Winker got brought but did not get sent out.
Yeah.
I think that's just kind of because of my playstyle. I just like going for the bulky offense more, but Aerodactyl is like important to have in the back to just like threaten the sweep and like force plays in different ways. Well, my bulky offense guys just kind of, or like bulky balance just kind of does its thing.
Yeah.
Which it did. Rotom is a good Pokemon.
Really good.
Rotom is a good Pokemon. I've said this to a couple of people earlier, but before I was doing the game, I was just like, okay, I'm thinking that I like looked at Belle's leads and I was like, okay, I'm thinking Meowscarada is probably coming out first against me, and that will allow me to press Will-O-Wisp with Rotom Heat, and if Meowscarada isn't scarfed, then it gets burned, and if it is, it probably presses U-turn into Swampert. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and it was like pretty like there's pretty much nothing like super bad that could have happened, or like it's like, oh, you fucking switch in like Hat comes in on the Willow and it's like, okay.
Right.
Don't get burned.
Like Screamtail.
Yeah. Like you don't get burned because you're a fire type. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much the lead flow chart that happened.
Yeah, actually, Hat getting a couple of boosts at the very beginning would have been kind of bad. Although I guess, I mean, if something dies, that would suck. But then King Gambit comes in safely.
Yeah.
Other team members, yeah. Also, I thought I had against Bell when I had this team, like here. Rotom wasn't there for a bit. Rotom was, I forget. Eve, do you remember?
Toxicroak?
I don't know. I think Toxicroak was there at some point. Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah, Rotom and Skarmory weren't there at first, and Toxicroak and Sarina were there instead.
Yeah, man, that would have been a much different game.
Yes. But then I was just like, okay, this team feels weird. I'm gonna just start building another team from scratch, just to see what else a fresh brain thinks is important. And then Rotom and Skarmory were just the first things I put on that team, and I'm just like, okay, none of these are important. at that point, I just went back to this team and replaced the Frog and the Boot wearer. Which were the goofiest members of the team.
It's a pretty normal Rotom, pretty normal Skarm.
Yeah. Trick Scarf Rotom was important because of just Meowscarada, and it just it did a lot. A lot of Bell's team either really likes their item or really doesn't like being scarfed.
Yeah, for sure. If Male was legal in this draft, it would have been a different fucking story.
Why isn't it?
Because I forgot that it's not. I forgot that Male is not in Gen 8 or Gen 7. Because Natex basically just has Gen 8 and then Gen 7 items. But or Gen 9, 8
is that
items.
Is that?
But Male got removed into Gen 6, so there is just no Male. I would have had to manually turn it on, and I just didn't think about it.
That's very weird. But yeah, and also outspeeding non-scarf Meowscarada is quite beautiful. I didn't actually talk about the Aerodactyl set. I mean, it's Dragon Dance to, again, 4 Scarf Meowscarada, if that's still alive when I set up. No rock move. Earthquake and Iron Head instead. Because they're scary fairies and also Nidoqueen. Iron Head is actually, really good. It's, Tough Claws boosted and, everything. Skarm has Defog instead of Whirlwind, just because I needed removal.
There's not a ton of super crazy, insane setup sweepers on Bell's roster that where you're that terrified of removing it and
the scariest setup on Bell's team is Hatterene, which can be Whirlwinded.
Yeah.
Sturmy has Grass Knot for Swampert, because sorry, that was what allowed me to get rid of Serena.
Yeah.
Because having a grass move is important when there's a Swampert in play.
Was the speed for Delphox or Staraptor?
I think it was for Delphox, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's 109, and
I imagine Gambit was for Swampert speed.
That was for
zero speed Swampert.
Yeah, Swampert and Decidueye, just in case that came.
Yeah.
Yeah, with King Gambit, yeah, so a lot of this, I realized at some point in team building, like, a lot of this team doesn't like Ferroseed, besides Rotom. But, like, Rotom, even though it's good, it can just kind of die sometimes. It has a lot of jobs to do here.
Yeah.
It's like the special defense for Hatterene, and Nidoqueen, and just like taking sludge waves from Nidoqueen is not fun, and having that be my only Ferroseed check is also not fun. But then eventually I realized that thing is just kind of setup fodder for King Gambit. So yeah, my plan.
Nidoqueen?
No, Ferroseed.
Oh yeah, Ferroseed. No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, if Ferroseed comes out, I don't even send in Rotom, I just send in King Gambit and start, like, I set up if Ferroseed, like, comes in on, like, Screamtail and starts threatening a Gyro Ball, I switch in King Gambit for free. I Swords Dance on the Leech Seed, if that happens, is good. Sorry, that was a terrible sentence, but you get what I mean.
It's okay, we love terrible sentences here.
If Leech Seed happens, that's good for me, because I get 2 Sword Stances on the second one on either the Protect or the Switch. And then I just kind of kill everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, most things that won't press attacking moves on King Gambit are slower than it.
Yeah. King Gambit may be good.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, so yeah, King Gambit wasn't a specific counter to anything, really, when I put it on the team. I was just like, this does a lot of damage. So, it's gonna be an important, just, threat and shit. And also, fairy types.
Yeah.
Screamtail is Screamtail.
Yeah. Honestly, like, this might be like the most normal Screamtail you've brought, or like not maybe not the most, but it's like
yeah,
it's like
does
well
it
up there.
Delphox? I think it might not. I think I might not have cared about that. I think it might be just Staraptor.
Yeah.
Because Screamtail can't answer Delphox very well anyway. But Delphox also can't answer Screamtail very well.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a weird... Yeah. Although, yeah, Screamtail would be just like nasty plot food for Delphox. So Delphox does actually kind of answer it. Trying to think of any other thought processes. Yeah, I probably could have made the game go faster if once Staraptor revealed his 4 moves, I just switched in King Gambit. But Belle seemed very adamant on using up all of her roosts, so I just decided to let that happen.
Yeah.
Because I'm okay with clicking the same couple moves for several turns in a row.
Yeah.
That's just the kind of person I am.
Yeah, you're fucked up. You have something wrong with you.
I have something wrong with me. That's the kind of person I am. Yeah, I think that's about it. I have the 4 speed on Skarmory because I had the 4 EVs, and that's the funniest place to put them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Alright.
Well, my favorite guy on your team, I mean, it's Skarmory, obviously. I mean...
Again. Skarmory's sweet.
Skarmory is just, like... You're just, like, really good at using Skarmory, you know? Like... he's just a good guy, you know?
We are all in gamers heaven.
Skarmory never stopped being a good Pokemon at all. Like, period. Like, Corviknight came out and people were like, bro, Skarmory cooked. Nah,
Skarmory's good. It's got 140 defense.
Yeah.
It's a high stat.
It's got 140 defense. Like...
Oh, I wanna...
It's too much.
I wanna congratulate you also. I think this might have been secured last week anyways. I don't remember the ratio you had off the top of my head.
I think I needed this, one of these 2 wins to be confirmed.
Okay. Well then, congratulations on getting into playoffs.
Thank you.
We got a real playoffs gamer here. A genuine playoffs gamer.
Literally.
I'm gonna win.
Well, we'll see. But yeah.
Oh,
yeah, good shit. Thanks for your time.
Uh-huh.
Alright. So I think so I just said that like Mike could be home like pretty soon, but I think we should probably do a different game. Like just to like to take care of it. I think we can pull up WAFFLOES Diana, I think. I don't think there's gonna be a I don't think Diana's not showed up for one of these, so it's just... And that's not a problem at all. Some people don't want to talk about stuff like this, or like don't want to be on a stream. That's fine.
Sometimes,
I'm just saying, there's no reason to expect it. Yeah, there's no reason to expect it to happen. But yeah, Diana did bring like the same team that she brought for a few weeks, but yeah, it's fine.
Orbeetle mentioned. Let's go.
This Pelipper sadly immediately dies.
Yeah, no Lantern is crazy.
The Sharpedo does get to come in now and just start like doing stuff. The Trick Room comes up.
Yeah, Trick Room is very bad for this guy.
That probably should have been Protect just to stall out a Trick Room turn, but it's whatever. The Latias gets slept. And then the fucking HT Devil Swirly comes in. A CM goes up. Aura Sphere doesn't kill, but it does a nice chunk. If that was Reflect type, it would have been good. If Diana clicked Reflect type. Flip turns out of there. Brings in the Pharaoh. It does get a Trick Scarf.
That's Rotom's favorite treat. Rotom's favorite snack.
Yeah. This Milotic was already Flame Orb, baby. It doesn't need to matter if you burn. I don't know what this Protect was, whatever. Pharaoh comes back in, just tanks the Bull Switch. And then Orbeetle found the Choice Scarf, so don't worry. Now the Evil Fucker comes in, though. And it does get an opportunity to Tailglow. And it is faster than the Rotom. So now it's time to start clicking buttons.
Yeah. The evil fucker going crazy.
The predicted psychic here is like kind of honestly the only real reason, and the fact that this Tyranitar is fast is the only real reason Diana didn't just game.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy how good Tilgla Manaphy is. The Tyranitar does die. And at this point, there's not a ton Diana can do. The fucking Orbeetle is healing more than the Gyro Ball is doing. Like, the fucking... This is still, like, the weird fucking Milotic only has flip turns. It's whatever. And just... a couple bug buzzes. A pretty fat crit, there. Kind of a BM recover, but it's fine. Finally bug buzzes, and, just kills the Pharaoh. And just clicks a couple more bug buzzes on the friggin' guy. At some point, like, the haze to get rid of the Spadef drop is really funny. It doesn't really accomplish anything, but it's really funny. And finally, WAFFLOES catches on to the fact that this fucking Milotic is, like, just, it literally doesn't, like, it doesn't have, like, real moves, and it's just, like, comes in and bullet seeds it. Yeah. Yeah, we can open up Diana's for like 3 seconds if you want. I don't, there's not that much to say. This is the same team that got brought like 3 weeks in a row. It's just kind of stuff that's slapped together. It's fine. Diana has been busy and kind of lost motivation on this draft league, and that's okay. I am glad that this game went like reasonably competitive overall.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad that like, that at least, like, Diana's able to go out with, like, a pretty good game overall. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. I guess the moral of the story is, Manaphy's really strong.
Yeah, my favorite mon of this game is Manaphy. And if I had to say my favorite overall for Diana, because Diana is like, yeah, she's out. She's been out of contention for a few weeks. Favorite overall? I mean, it's like, honestly, it's that fucking Milotic with the most stupid ass moveset ever. It's like it endeared itself to me. It really did.
Yeah. My favorite mon is my favorite mon on Diana's roster is Swellow, but I wish it had gotten to show up more.
Yeah.
But it was my favorite because I love Swallow buttons. I think they're so funny. But my other favorite, but I can tell you my least favorite mon on Diana's roster, it's fucking Beartick. I told Diana to draft Beartick. Oh, well, I didn't tell her, but I was just like, oh yeah, this might be a fun, like, tier 6. It's got Swift Swim, you know, whatever. It's a non-water, like, Swift Swimmer. That's pretty cool. What? It has 50 base speed and it doesn't learn Ice Shard. What are they doing? Beartick sucks. Diana has great speed tiers.
Yeah, Barrascuda is, like, fucked up with how fast it is.
Barrascuda is annoying to outspeed without Swift Swim. With Swift Swim, it's a nightmare. You just can't. You give up.
Yeah, it's like, abandon all hope, ye who enter.
Yeah. But yeah. But yeah, good shit, Diana. Overall, I mean, like, you know, she ran out of steam, but I'm still like, you know, she's a new player. She did her best, and that's all you can ever ask for.
It was a hell of a game to go out on, I think.
Yeah. So let's talk about WAFFLOES. Let's pull WAFFLOES in here. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about ideas.
All right, hello.
Right.
We have a lot to talk about today. Let's focus on this right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to address Hulk Toilet. They needed a morale boost after last week. I really like that's my Hulk Toilet. That's like my baby. That was like the first guy I drafted. I believed in him day one, and I really let him down last week. So we had a bit of a training arc.
Yeah,
like,
had a heart-to-heart conversation.
Yeah. I really got to know him more. And like he's feeling it again. You know, I meant to not run Earthquake. I don't know why. I think I was gonna go like superpowers at the third move, but like Crunch Thunder Punch is really all I needed. He just clicks Dragon Dance, then does 1,000,000 damage. I was gonna calc for Aura Sphere on Latias, but I guess I just forgot.
Hazel is insisting. Hazel is insisting that I pull up last week's team.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
We can talk about
right?
it. We'll talk about it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. We don't talk about this week's team.
I promise.
Yeah.
Okay, we will get to it. Walken had the Psychic Resist Berry just for like, I guess I needed to like Spore Latias if I outsped, but the Trick Room helped out a little bit there. Nothing else too crazy. I did finally run Force Palm on there.
Yeah.
Mr. Lady just does Mr. Lady things here. Puts up webs and it's just generally annoying. Probably the best fucking tier 6 ever drafted. I love this Pokemon.
Orbeetle's really
I
good.
drafted this guy earlier. They're like the second fastest Pokemon on my team. They have base 90, which is still not a lot. I need to get faster Pokemon, but they're fun. They just kind of exist. Tricked out. I had to bring a fucking.
Hazel loves Orbeetle too. Hazel's saying Orbeetle does everything. Hazel said before, like if there were like if Pokemon was a game where there were like eight move slots, Orbeetle would be like the best Pokemon in the game.
I love this genre of Pokemon. Shuckle's another one for me.
Yeah.
That like you just kind of put on the field that does a lot of things and then it dies.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it. Yeah, I wrote I had to bring a Grass Electric to the like 50 water types team. Nothing crazy. I don't think I calced for anything specific. It's been a bit. Fucking Glow King. Trick Room Chili Reception. Felt good. Fire Blasters for Ferrothorn. Probably need a better Ferrothorn answer than that, but like, it felt fine. I think that's why I was gonna run Superpower. And then I ran Water Absorb on Arceovish this time over the fast snow thingy. I forget what it's called. Slush Rush. Yeah. I probably should have waited a little bit to bring it in. I probably should have just Mach Punched the Sharpedo, but I really wanted to use them. It only needed Freeze Dry and Meteor Beam, really, so I just said fuck it and ran Rest Sleep Talk because I couldn't think of any other moves to run it. Nothing crazy with this team. I should have put up webs a lot earlier. I should have been more scared of that Manaphy, honestly. But it worked out. It's fine. It's not like I have to win him any important matches next week or anything. It's fine. We're good. It's fine.
Yeah, you are currently in you are in a very precarious situation. I mean, I think you're like, here's the thing with you. You would have to like get 6-0'd to be knocked out.
Yeah, I think so. Something like that. Like
That
you have
could
to
happen.
do really bad. So like just don't like
Yeah, just don't let Lilly like 6-0 you and you're fine.
just don't
I was under the
Just
impression
stop
I had to
them, please.
win, so I'm gonna run explosion on all 6 of my guys and then get 1 kill, and I'll be good.
No, you only had to win if things didn't go my way, and then I needed you to not win to
right.
keep me in the league.
Okay.
See, that was selfish on my part.
Yeah.
I think we should address last week now. I think now is the time.
Let's address the whole toilet in the room.
I was again, I've been a bit out of it, but like this so like I didn't feel like talking last week, but it was also partially I couldn't bear to show my face to Hulk toilet in this moment. I feel like I didn't show up to his graduation.
You already got the fucking
Is it on the stream? Is it on the stream?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's really how I feel about this whole match. Fucking oh god, yeah. Sienna said this last week, but I really just wanted to bring something funny, which was not a good idea since pretty much everything else on this team is really bad.
What?
Like scale shot Garchomp without dice was worse than this thing. I would wager, if you can fucking believe that. I think even if I had cooked even remotely, I could not have prepared for the electric terrain guy. Like I had no idea that was a thing at all that I had to deal with. Mike played really fucking good. The Gyarados buttons I clicked were very, very sus. Those are not good buttons to click on. I forget why I ran Taunt. I think it was for Gligar, but why would Gligar switch into fucking Gyarados if it had a water move? I have to remember what other garbage. I ran Double Scarf, which I think was just like, I want this team to be fast. Instead of having drafted fast Pokemon a week before this tournament began, I ran Double Scarf and got owned. What else was there? There was one other guy. Yeah, just Corv. Yeah. This team was a bit hashtag awkward.
Awkward.
Max special defense, yeah. Yeah. That was just like, I don't get hit by a physical move. I'll just like para-confuse him. I will never get hit, and I died. It's the 1 million damage. Fucking Samurai Blast.
Yeah.
Sub Garchomp. Was very hashtag awkward because in my brain that worked. In my brain, Hulk Toilet was dumb, but it worked. But in my brain, Garchomp was smart and it worked, but it did not. Top half of it really was, which says a lot. I think that's what makes it even more funny. But I'm
it's like,
feeling
I mean, like Hulk Toilet aspired for nothing more than being a shitty set.
Mhm.
From that perspective, respect.
This was the first Hulk Toilet without Dragon Dance, I believe. Because I've never run like a defensive set on this guy. And really, I don't. I just look at this. I look at the set more and more, and like, I just wonder what went wrong. Oh my god, I can't look at that. Can we zoom out? Can we zoom out?
Alright.
It did press those buttons, and then died. I do not know what else needs. Do I need to answer for my crimes at all?
Nah, it's funny.
Okay, it is funny. It was funny. You all like went into it. You all fucking smoked Hulk toilet.
Because it fucking killed me. Because it makes me laugh so hard.
I'm never bringing this shit again. I've cooked some weird shit. I've prepared for some weird shit. Never this again though. Never this. I hope this sets the groundwork for what kind of sets not to build when it comes to the draft league. I hope everyone can aspire to be better than me, and I hope me and Hulk Toilet bring this to playoffs. I'm really excited.
Literally, just like, just get one kill on Lilly and you're good, and you're in. I believe in you. I fucking believe in you. Our rematch will be legendary.
Choice, look. Choice banned, self-destruct, Snorlax. All you need.
Because of course
okay. All right.
They gotta put me down.
Thank you for your time, Waffle. Oh God, we love WAFFLOES. I really hope everybody understands that I am a super like. I'm a WAFFLOES fan, and I'm also like I don't like it's not. I mean, there's meanness, but it's playful because it's all just Pokemon at the end of the day. But it's just like I just fucking die at some of the like ideas that go through that gamer's mind. I think they're beautiful. It's time for even Mike, I think.
Well, first, real quick, I have a couple things I want to say. First, thank you, Eve, for the subscription. 5 months. Thank you so much. We are currently at 21 subscribers. I know all of you in here like Pokemon, so my bid to you is that my lofty goal for September is that if we get 50 subs this month, I will stream an entire Pokemon Randomizer Nuzlocke to completion. If I game over, I have to restart and do it again. Alright? Thank you. We can pull up Eve's game now. Smile.
Right.
But I had to say it because I know we have Pokemon gamers in here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it being called Hulk Toilet does help. Like, it's just... Oh, damn! WAFFLOES dropping 5 subs.
Yo, thank you! What the hell? That's so nice. Thank you so much. That puts us halfway to the goal.
Yeah.
A little over halfway. 24 more subs.
I think that's... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Alright. It's Eve versus Mike. Just in case you missed who this guy is, this is Delmise.
Yeah.
God, these are really good nicknames on both sides already. Yeah, good old Samurott comes in, does a little bit of the taunt. Homer.
Little Thunder Punch hedge there. Fire Punch. The Power Whip misses. Max the Zerk with a little fire punch action. This is AV hands, so the Dazzling Beam really doesn't. Chuckaberry is not enough to take less than fucking 46%.
Yeah, poor circuitry.
That Zen Headbutt does 1,000,000 damage, but then the Metagross just leaves for some reason. And then the Bulu gets parried. Metagross comes back in. Fire Punch gets taken, and the burn happens. Should not have left the Metagross. And then a Zen Headbutt miss. So we got a little bit of hacks going on. Immediate crit. This Metagross is paying dearly for not staying in earlier. And then it just dies to Rough Skin Chip. At least the Fire Punch failed. Heracross comes in. Clicks Rock Blast and it misses. Although that really should have just been Pin Missile. It would have been 100% accurate. Mike remembers that Pin Missile exists and brings in the, it clicks the pin button, but parried now. You've dropped a Bleak Wind. You've dropped a click Bleak Wind, into U-turn, which kills the Samurai. Tiny Tim pulls up. And like, things that bother you never bother me. Doesn't get flinched or parried. 40% Zen Headbutt flinch chance on the Serene Grace, of course. Yeah.
And then also the 25% para. God damn.
Yeah. Little Zen Headbutt. This is a scarfed Jirachi. So it kind of just keep clicking buttons. No flinch again, though. And then again, no flinch. Mike has had some unlucky games in this league, but also some of the best flinch luck I've ever seen. Yeah. He just wants to show off the Z-Boost Porygon exists. So brings it in and just kind of clicks the funny button. And that's that. Yeah. Interesting game. There are a lot of hacks, but also a lot of the hacks did kind of feel like Mike being punished for a mistake in like a weird way.
Yeah.
Every like miss or like secondary effect or like whatever that happened to Mike or like crit was just like the result of Mike doing something wrong. It's like kind of funny in a weird way. It's just like the universe decided to punish him. Anyways, let's talk about let's bring in Eve. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this squad.
The crew.
So I think the first thing you notice about this team is how fucking insane these EV spreads are. This was like, half of it was just intimidation tactics, I think. Which, to be fair, this is too early to admit it's intimidation tactics, but I also like having really fucked up numbers. But yeah, I went for like a really kind of bulky offense structure, but also like specifically trying to bluff like that this could be a trick room structure if you look at team preview. Like this has a 5 out of 6 Pokemon in common with my team that I use against Hazel, but my Hazel team is a full trick room, and this is like just really kind of this is bulky offense. So I like that. I like having that little bit of versatility just to make it so like you don't really know what you want to take chip on.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything went pretty well. But so let's go over the sets. I'm kind of sad that this incredibly optimized EV spread on Venusaur never saw the field. But
Eva sent this screenshot of this EV spread in a server we're in together, and I immediately, by looking at the bars on the Showdown like EV thing, I knew it was Mega Venusaur, and was like, "This is, isn't it?" and Eve was like, "Don't say anything. You don't know who you don't know anything." Like,
I didn't say what game it was for.
yeah,
So
yeah, and I didn't actually
TV
figure out what
spread.
the speed creep was. So,
Speed creep was for Gligar.
but yeah, you told me that afterwards. But yeah.
Speed creep was for Gligar. The Bidef was for it was to dodge any Oko from +3 circuitry with Spike or Rock Up.
Yeah.
And special attack was to get a turret KO on max HP, but also still max speed Samurott, which is I essentially I just wanted it to be strong, and I decided to find like a fucking I decided just to find a threshold for it to hit, and that was like a fine one. And the main reason why I wanted it to be pretty strong is just so I would actually be like somewhat threatening for Heracross, because that thing can actually like it eats both Giga Drains and Earth powers, and I want it at least to be a bit like scarier of Sludge Bomb. And I put the rest in defense just for the rainbow. Genuinely, I have a vague excuse of like, oh, probably is a bit better against like Samurott or someone, or like Tapu Bulu, but also it's just like I genuinely just wanted it to have 5 EVs. So yeah, the kind of main thing it was here for was just like there wasn't really much on Mike's team that was like scaring it that hard. Like Metagross a little bit. I was kind of a bit underprepared for Metagross, but like it would generally be able to 1v1 most of like the kind of big threats, and kind of same concept applies to Iron Hands. So this Hands was a Assault Vest because like a lot of Mike's team was like Special Breakers that. Iron Hands has kind of insane special bulk with Assault Vest, which is weird because it doesn't have a high special defense stat, but it's a good Pokemon is the thing. These 4 moves, I noticed like this combination of 4 moves hit everything super effectively except for Gastrodon. So, which is why I had no fighting move, just it was like I was missing out on like. Well, to be fair, I probably still. I was still actually hitting everything super effectively. I just wanted the extra damage on an Amorous, but yeah. This EV spread. This is like I put it through to Faye sent me an EV optimizing tool, and I decided to put it through it just because I thought it would be like look scarier if I have like. Insane numbers. The attack EVs were to get a Turikyo from get a Turikyo on Gligar with Ice Punch. No, was it? Hang on, was it Turikyo or was it one Oko? It was a Turikyo because Gligar's fucking beefy. But the defense was for who was it for? No, wait, is the, like... I think it was, like, defense just spare, and then Spadef was for, dodge a turret KO from... It was avoiding turret KOs from non-spec circuitry Dazzling Gleam, and, Iron Moth Psychic after a Quark Drive boost.
Yeah.
And also dodging an Oko from Specs and Amorous after Spikes, that was what I wrote down.
Yeah.
And this thing did put in fucking work. I was kind of like looking at the matchup and looking at Iron Hands and thinking like, wow, this is quite good. Yeah.
Iron Hands is a weird, like, it's kind of a matchup dependent mon in draft, but man, when it's a good matchup, it's...
Yeah, it just eats so many hits. And it's like just a unique typing that has some really nice advantages, like having 2 really strong electric resists here was great for me.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, fighting is such a cool defensive typing that
Yeah,
really doesn't
yeah.
get enough credit.
And this also just completely blank Samurott, which I liked
Yeah.
because I could just sort of lead with it, and like if you try to get your Cease's edges up, you don't have a
Yeah.
Samurott anymore.
There was a bit where I was playing ladder a lot recently where I was using hands, and I would just see Samurott. Every time I would see Samurott, I would lead hands, I just click Swords Dance, I would usually just win the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was considering like trying to make this like a win condition, but I decided Assault Vest was too good on that.
Yeah, and it worked out.
This matchup, and it worked out because it took fucking 43% from the guy with like 500 special attacks that like super effective coverage.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Torn, this is a fairly standard Torn set, really. It's got speed for a +1 Heracross. And I did Bleak Wind over Hurricane just because, like, I didn't want to miss against Heracross. And this could have still missed against Heracross, and that would have been slightly annoying, but
Yeah.
it was less likely. 80% is more than 70%.
Yeah.
Even if they're
Yeah.
both, like, a lot less than 100%.
I don't know. Heracross's ability, like, potentially just randomly win the game, like, if you give it an inch, like, it made it just, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
worth it.
And I wanted to give it less inches. But also Air Slash missed out on some important Turrikios, and I probably could have
Yeah.
gone physical, really.
Yeah.
Probably should have gone physical, actually. Now that I'm thinking. Oh well. Actually, to be fair, its like main physical stab would be like, I guess, itemless acrobatics if I want to be funny. But
Well, that could have been your item list on this game.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, let's
soon
talk about that.
enough.
Let's talk about
Yeah.
Dradagon, because Dradagon also put in a lot of work. This was like another like mixed defensive spread that was like kind of a bit hedging for like various things on like Iron Moth and Circuitry, but also like specifically designed to beat. Yeah, this was specifically designed to beat out Delmise quite like reliably. So itemless was so it would be immune to Poltergeist, which was like the big attack that Delmise has against something that's a grass resist, and then like defense for like, you know, whatever else it has, and then Fire Punch and Earthquake both just had like pretty good kind of threat coverage. Like I could like expect this to like reasonably reliably live a hit from like most of Mike's scary breakers and do some damage. Not for Enamorous, but that didn't show up. Yeah, so like it would be able to eat hits from like Metagross and Circuitry and Heracross and Tapu Bulu and Iron Moth and hit them all back super effectively, which was nice, and it did that. And Glare's a broken move as always.
Fucking for real.
Scarf Jirachi, this was. What do I do this specifically for? I mean, it's just because it's like it's good to have
Good.
Scarf guy.
Yeah.
It's base 100 Scarf was. It felt pretty good against this team because like it meant like it was not only like outspeeding any kind of like slower Scarf because like Scarf Circuitry and Scarf Samurai are both like a little bit scary, and like +1 Heracross as well. But also it was it would force Iron Moth and Enamorous to like not be modest, which would have been like at least like the threat of this was, and I just wanted to just like enforce that a bit. Ironhead was for Enamorous, Zen Headbutt was for kind of everything else really. Zen Headbutt was actually really good in this matchup. I probably should have put in something for. I probably should have put in like Fire Punch for Metagross on this because I kind of realized when I saw Metagross in Team Preview, like, hang on, I don't really have a consistent check for this, which is a bit bad.
Yeah, I was kind of. I'm glad you looked at. I do want to note that I like kind of said repeatedly to you, like, you need to make sure you kill Metagross. And you've just kind of still. I mean, it worked out, but didn't make sure that hard.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, he got punished by a god.
Yeah, yeah. It's because I had Christ favor.
Yeah, for real.
And then like, I thought U-turn was probably the one I should have dropped on this, but Healing Wish was Healing Wish. That's a good move. I feel like Healing Wish is the best fourth move in Pokemon. if there's nothing else like you want to do with this Pokemon, just fucking put on like if you have Healing Wish, it's like so good. It's just such a good move. And then the kind of win condition was Porygon 2 here. So like I was playing around thinking about Trace on it just because it's like
yeah, you can take Beast Boost or
I could have taken Beast Boost. I could have taken Arena Trap if Trapinch showed up. That would have been funny.
Yeah.
But I kind of realized like, hang on, I can't really come in on like Xurkitree with this because like Xurkitree's fucking strong, and also like I can't revenge it because it's Beast Boost. That's how it works. And then like I just didn't really expect Trapinch to show up. And then like, you know, this was definitely we've all seen Lily's Porygon Z do things. This is a budget version of that.
Yeah.
It's not quite as strong, it's slower, it's a bit bulkier. And Download gives it nicer power on its like secondary attack. And kind of like the idea was like Mike's team doesn't really love Bolt being apart from like Gastrodon, and I was like fairly confident in my abilities, just like chip down Gastrodon. And the other thing I probably this is why Sienna was telling me to deal with Metagross and why I didn't know I was stupid for not listening. But the thing with like Assault vs Metagross would have actually been a bit of a problem for this, just a bit.
Yeah.
Not a huge one though, but like
yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah. So that about wraps
yeah.
up.
I was like, I will say I was proper tryhard in this game. I was like fucking putting in like the exact trying to scout out for like the exact TV spreads I thought it might have been, and like in the calcs, and like just like really putting in every possible number in just so I had nothing fucking, because there was a lot riding on this game. Like if I was like, I mean maybe not like a huge amount, because spoiler alert, I did actually I did end up beating Charlotte, which was going to be like my kind of lifeline there, but like yeah,
you still ended up with a better seed and just a more comfortable spot.
Yeah, and more comfortable to bring funny stuff against Charlotte, which I was happy with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like really not. I was really like. There was a pretty big mistake I made, considering it was like a fairly serious like building process. But like, I think other than the Metagross weakness that I left in, I had a pretty good team.
Yeah.
And
I'm inclined to agree.
Well, first, I'd like to congratulate you for getting into playoffs.
Yeah.
I think you probably had the easiest path out of everyone, but still, it wasn't like you could just like do fuck all and win. You still had to like prep properly.
Yeah, because I think Mike is like a genuinely good player.
Yeah.
With like stuff to learn, but like still like really good fundamentals.
Yeah.
And like Belle, a bit scared of. Charlotte, I was also a bit scared of.
Yeah, Charlotte is a wild card. You cannot predict Charlotte.
But that's next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we worry about that next week. My favorite guy on your team this week is Homer again. I mean, he's Homer again.
He is Homer again.
Yeah. Yeah, alright. Good shit.
Thanks.
So let's bring in Mike, and we'll bring in Hazel too. But it was always a package deal. It's always a package deal. We always bring both of them in.
I guess we are a bit of a team. That is true.
Hazel just kind of wanders around and like looks at trees and grubs. What?
Hi, Sienna.
Do you look at trees and grubs, though? Would you?
I do.
All right. Well, I was right, and everybody else was wrong in the world. Yeah. Let's talk about this.
Okay. Just to quickly address two things, like during the fight.
Yeah.
The reason I switched Metagross out is because I didn't know how fast the Drudigon was.
Yeah.
And I thought if I just switched to Bulu, it can eat the Earthquake and quickly kill Drudigon. Which, like, I know Hazel said that I should have seen from the damage that it was a certain, like, layout, but look at that goddamn Mega Venusaur. How am I supposed to read this shit?
I mean, yeah. Well, first of all, if you had calced it, there would have been like literally no room for enough speed. But second of all, that's just like secondary to Drudigon isn't gonna be running that much speed.
Yeah. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We
Yeah.
we don't need to get into a quarrel about it. It's just yeah.
But
go all the way back to California.
I honestly think we need more quarrels. Everybody start fighting.
Fuck. Okay. Never mind.
Oh yeah, I've got beef with Mike.
Morgan's the streamer.
I am the streamer. I
we
make
have
the
to generate
call.
controversy for Morgan's stream.
Exactly, and then it could get trending on Twitter, and people could be like, "Yo, did you see the Mike and
live
Hazel
stream failed."
beef?" Yeah, it could be on our /live stream fails.
You know, it's kind of crazy how it went from a basic Pokemon discussion to a national security issue, but you know, it's a must-watch at this point.
But yeah.
I'm crossing that north border. There will be bloodshed.
You go ahead and try, Hazel. The reason for using Rock Blast instead of Pin Missile, my rationale, I think, at that point, I think it was just down to, Tapu Bulu and Heracross?
Yeah.
Or something like that, and I thought, okay, there's a chance that Eve, like, switches to Tornadus Therian for Pin Missile.
Yeah, no,
and I did some quick calcs.
Absolutely a good hedge.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, Rock Blast will still
extremely
kill.
important.
Switches, or Tornado switches in, that Rock Blast guarantees the kill, and I don't have to worry about that damn thing. And then God said, lol, Lamau, and I just, like, yeah, and there are, like...
You just, yeah.
That's all I can say. There are also two things that were just funny in my mind to mention. One about just the fight in general, and one specifically when it came to her not putting any item on Drudigon to hedge that Poltergeist. In that moment, already thinking Poltergeist would fail, not because of that, but because I thought she would switch in Porygon. And so that's why I switched to Samurott.
Alright.
I was expecting a Porygon build.
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot of attacks, or was also Trick Room. And that just did me in. It just, you know, maybe I got too cocky after that 6-0s against WAFFLOES, and then this fight against Eve was a swift and stern punch to the teeth to remind me I'm not that guy.
Yeah, when I was in the peanut gallery with Sienna, and asked, because Sienna and Eve built together, I was like asking about the sets during the match, and she said, "Oh no, it's Z conversion Porygon 2." I was like, "Oh shit, we didn't plan for that at all."
Yeah,
I was just like, "Oh yeah, Porygon 2. If it comes, it's gonna be Trick Room." So yeah,
and I mean that's part of why Eve's fucking like team preview gambit like work.
Yeah,
like, it does literally just look like a Trick Room team for Dream preview.
Yeah, like half the things we tried to spec for like matchups just didn't end up happening, and like halfway through the fight, I just started getting flustered and like panicking.
Yeah.
But enough about my mental state. Let's talk about Pokemon. So
One is a mental state.
yeah. Okay, the Tapu Bulu. It's Life Orb, Horn Leap, Substitute, Stone Edge. Those should all be kind of self-explanatory. The slight special attack investment in Dazzling Gleam were because I realized it could kind of do a lot of damage with that against Zygarde, Druddigon, and non-assault vest hands.
Yeah. And then
So I
that
was like,
came.
oh. And I think I literally told Hazel, like, come on, who's expecting the Fairy Dazzling Gleam on Tapu Bulu? Who's expecting that? And it just wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
Let's see. Samurott, Black Glasses, because we didn't see a lot of use for, like, Razor Shell. As compared to just, like, Sucker Punch or Ceaseless Edge. Taunt was there for what we thought was going to be a no-attack Porygon.
Or, like, 2 attacks at most.
Which would have been funny, because if I tried to... Well, actually, no. Oh, yeah, because
to be fair, it was 2 attacks. It was
one of those attacks
recovered.
is a goddamn electric move, and
It was
conversion would have popped off.
Yeah, and the fact that Z status ignores Taunt
Yeah.
is just
So
like,
cruel.
yeah. Because otherwise, it would have still been like a good answer.
Yeah.
But,
Alas.
I mean, besides the Thunderbolt coming out, but you would have at least gotten a couple Ceaseless Edges.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, also another quick note. I do find it funny that I realized, like, okay, she'll probably expect me to throw out Samurott, so maybe I can, like, hedge Delmise or something, and Iron Hands just had answers for Delmise. That damn thing had answers for everything.
Yeah.
Good. You can 1v1 any Pokemon, basically.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay. Mega Heracross, self-explanatory. I think Bullet Seed was put on there for Quagsire and, like, Zygarde and Primarina.
And neutral hit on hands.
Oh yeah, and neutral on hands. Along with Swords Dance in that last slot there. But I could have sworn... Oh yeah, we were considering putting Close Combat on it to deal with Porygon. But then we went with the Taunt strat. Let's see.
You know, I only just realized that Mega Heracross does not have Skill Link. Why the fuck did I think it was?
What? It has Skill Link. Oh. It shows the pre-Mega ability.
Oh, okay.
It's an issue when you're doing the team builder.
I was about to say, I was like, hold up.
Yeah, so if you put the Mega itself in the team builder, it'll I think it can still have the ability on it, but I made sure to select Moxie because that's what I wanted on the un-Mega Heracross.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see.
You can't put the Mega's ability on the base form. It just kind of selects it, but then says it's illegal.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Let's see. Delmise is just a very bulky Delmise that we thought would be a good, like, switch in to hedge against Venusaur. No Rapid Spin, which I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Neither do I. I forget what Earthquake was brought for. It was brought for something I could have sworn, but I'm forgetting.
Canyon?
Oh, maybe.
No, not Jirachi.
Yeah, maybe Volcanion.
And? I don't know. There's a few targets.
Oh,
Hands wasn't running.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if it wasn't running any of the punches. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
so that ended up biting me in the ass with those stealth
I
rocks.
feel
all
like
3 punches.
yeah, with Iron Hands not resisting Poltergeist or anything, I feel like Power Rip could have gone into that, or not Power Rip. Rapid Spin could have gone in that slot, but oh well.
Yeah, I'm not sure it would have changed too much. The safety goggles with Metagross. I like when Hazel mentioned that idea. I was like, "Oh my god, big brain play! This is going to be great." And then
Venusaur didn't have Sleep Powder.
and then Drudigon just murdered my fucking computer.
Yeah. I mean,
and
because he switched out.
yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah. But like Zen Headbutt was a good thing.
No, I was talking to Eve. Sorry, she's saying she's not a Sleep Powder enjoyer.
I mean, her reasoning for it was very sound. That I had like multiple grass types,
right?
Who
but it's
could still like do something. But yeah, so Bullet Punch to give it priority because I've never given it Bullet Punch before.
Yeah, I mean, Bulu's dying to Sludge Bomb. Delmise isn't doing much.
I think Alolan Executor, LOL, Lamau.
Wow. Yeah.
So I mean, I can kind of see it, but that would have been bad if it got to that point and then just nothing but Earth powers. But yeah, so let's see. Earthquake was for Jirachi, Volcanion. Well, yeah, and Volcanion. Zen Headbutt did good work against Mega Venusaur if need be. I guess Hands as well, though I wouldn't want to be taking those fire punches. Thunder Punch was for Tornadus and Volcanion as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
Primarina.
And Primarina, yes. Yeah, so it could have done well, but it didn't.
Yeah, and then Bullet Punch is Bullet Punch, because it's a good move.
Just, once again, I've never put it on the step with Metagross before. So
yeah.
And then the last one is the Xurkitree, the Ocean Nightmare. I thought I was cooking by putting Shuka Berry on it, and it's kind of funny that the fucking Earthquake at the end just still killed it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was for I mean Mike that was Mike's idea.
Yeah.
First for the Volcanion Earth power, so it could like switch in easily on that. And also I pointed out the Zydog 1000 Arrows. I was talking to Eve about the Shuka Berry earlier, and I realized a couple things, like, because you know, I was saying, oh, it's for it can let you take the 1000 Arrows. I had said like a week earlier when we were doing our first building session, Zydog probably isn't coming because you have like 4,000 arrow resists.
Yeah.
And
then
I just totally forgot that I said multiple 1,000 arrows resist.
I
completely
forgot
that I said that.
Yeah, no, I think I mentioned that to you when we first started team building. I think that was one of my I had like two ideas in my
it was like
small noggin.
Both on both of our minds, and then we both just forgot at the last second.
Yeah.
Also, I made that comment to you that it's like, oh, if you bring in Shuka Xurkitree on Zydog, she'll think it's Choice Scarf. And I realized after the battle, it could have just been Choice Scarf.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that would have let it outspeed Tornadus too.
Oh my god. Yeah, and I mean that explains the set. The Volt Switch if I need to run back, and then coverage, Thunderbolt.
Yeah, hitting Quag with the grass move, hitting Hands and Zydog with the fairy move. Getting walled by Venusaur, but just Volt Switch out, whatever.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
No, that's like perfectly fine. You can be like walled by one thing, especially if you have a pivot.
Oh no, I know. It's more of just like, I'm still just like, damn, I really just got smacked around.
The fact that like Venusaur didn't even like, because we think about how many things were like bothered by Venusaur on this team, and the fact that Venusaur didn't even come out that game, damn.
my team wasn't important enough for Venusaur to come out the back of the team. But yeah. Oh, and I'm also assuming this means I'm out of the running for playoffs. So GG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that
unfortunately, you are out.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm glad I started to like recover and do better at the end, at the very least.
I mean, you got some great wins. You had some really good matches. Like, you had the WAFFLOES 6-0, which everybody was shocked by, and was like a really, really like fun game. I know we've said our words about some of the sets in that game, but like either way, like that was just a very commanding game that you played.
Yeah.
You know, you played perfectly.
Honestly,
all over the spectrum.
Me and Mike was like a crazy rivalry. It really was just like Mike would be in playoffs right now if I did not beat him.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I literally texted Hazel afterwards saying if I get into playoffs and somehow go against Morgan, I'm murdering that fucking cloister with a hyper beam.
He made a promise to bring. He made a promise to bring Hyper Beam.
Awesome.
I also, because I think Hazel had to talk for my game with WAFFLOES. There's two things I wanted to mention. I think, Sienna, you were confused at the Rindo Berry on Samurott.
Yeah.
The reason I brought that was to just let Samurott do work against Chandelure, and also because I was very worried of the idea of Galarian Slowking popping Feature Sight, Chandelure switches in, and I have to decide if something dies or if it fires Energy Ball and kills.
That's kind of fair.
Yeah. And then just something funny that I wasn't able to mention until I was done with the WAFFLOES fight was that the Mirror Herb on Metagross, I was like, oh, WAFFLOES has had a lot of like Z-move Pokemon, and Metagross would work really well with it. And after I lost to Morgan, I just texted Hazel and I was like, motherfucker, the goddamn Mirror Herb would have been great on Iron Moth there.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say that so bad, but I didn't want to spoil what my team was for WAFFLOES. But I was just like slamming the desk like, god damn it, I could have had it.
Yeah.
Sorry to hijack it while I'm like on the mic. I forgot to say something when I was up last time.
Oh yeah.
Morgan, can you go to my sheet real quick?
Sure.
And look at the kill counts on my guys. And check out what has the most kills. It's fucking Skarmory.
Skarmory has the same amount of kills as as Mega Caesar now, yeah.
Also, while we're here, we can admire Mike's artwork on my new logo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I made it on my girlfriend's iPad, and I did my best. I don't do digital art.
It's good. It's cute.
It's cute. It's fucking cute.
It's a little guy.
Yeah.
He's just a little Rotom, just a little circuit boy.
Mm-hmm. And of course the Loach.
And the Loach.
Of course.
There's always a Loach. Yeah. But yeah, no. Good shit to Mike. I want to like pull up Mike. We can pull up Mike's process. We can talk about who our fave overall on this whole roster was. Not the. Well, we can talk about our favorite on the team too, but we can talk about the roster also.
Well, first, my favorite on Mike's team, this week is probably John Cena, the Tapu Bulu. You know, he really should. Like, I think he lived up to his namesake.
Yeah. Well,
it would have been great if Mike had won this match.
And never sent out Bulu.
Never sent out Bulu, so
yeah.
we could say you did not see John Cena.
Overall, my favorite on Mike's team, I think it's probably honestly Enamorous. I feel like this, like, Mike's showings in all of these games proves that Sienna almost made a horrible mistake by almost making Enamorous tier 2. That would have been fucking dire.
Yeah, I don't think I used Enamorous as effectively in all of my teams as I could have, but like when she was allowed to cook, she was goddamn Ramsey.
Yeah.
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 I mean, my favorite is you know, he was a trade. He didn't get picked up. He wasn't there from the start, but it's the Zerk baby. It's the Zerk baby.
God, yeah.
Up there for me.
Zerk is up there. Iron Moth.
I just
is
love
up there.
Zerk. Like in my last draft league, I drafted them, and like I love Zerkatry. I love its weird stats and its weird moves and its weird everything.
I do like that Trapinch got its kill.
Yeah.
I think I know what Mike's favorite on the team is. It's been his favorite from the beginning.
And which one is that,
Iron
Hazel?
Moth, baby.
Honestly, yeah. Like, it just... fucking Future Moth with insane goddamn coverage.
It's
just
all this fucking...
And it
all these
cooked.
buttons.
It cooked.
Yeah.
Had the Z Sunny Beam.
Oh god, yeah, that
was fire. Yeah.
It took names.
A few asses, but mostly just took names.
Yeah, it's kind of a record keeper guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like good shit, like super good shit overall. Like, you know, I know you're like also kind of like a newer player, but like, and seeing your growth over the league was really cool. You know, you didn't quite make it, but you did really good.
Yeah.
You got a lot of great wins. You had a lot of fun sets. You made, you know, I think that you just, like, I don't know, like Eve said, you had really good fundamentals. I don't think there was anybody who ever looked at you and this is a free win. And I think that, you know, that's all that really matters.
To hear that.
Yeah,
I am very happy to hear that.
Yeah. You know, even just, like, you know, getting somebody like Eve to sweat when building is no small task. So,
yeah, I would have thought for certain that, like, the more experienced players in this league would be, like, able to eat meat for lunch. So I'm very happy that I was able to put up, like, a good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And even though I'm
oh, sorry. You can say your piece. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to kick you out. Yeah.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say, even though I'm out of the league for the running for the playoffs, I think, Hazel, we agreed to a little exhibition match during break week, right?
Yeah. Mike and I are going to be playing next. I guess we can, like, link it in matchmaking just so that we can.
Yeah, we can probably show that on the stream, to be honest, considering we don't have any matches next week.
Oh, that's how we extend the. We were talking about it's gonna be only a half stream. That's how we can extend the time. Is do this, like, exhibition match live.
Sure.
Oh, hell
Sounds good to me. But yeah, like, good shit. Thanks for your time. I guess we'll get to see that next week. So, yeah.
Yeet.
All right.
Godspeed.
Godspeed, Morgan. Good luck in the playoffs.
I'll avenge you. All right. I beat you, and now I'm inheriting.
Your cloister fucking murdered my entire family, and now you're like, I'll avenge you.
I don't think it
Yeah.
ever got answered whether people who make playoffs can trade with people who didn't.
You can't. No, you can't.
No,
Sorry. No,
that's
that'd be
sad.
weird.
Mike can't pass any torches.
That would be like fun as fuck, but I understand.
I did have kind of an
yeah.
idea. I did have kind of an idea of somebody being able to like sacrifice one of their Pokemon into free agency. I think that would be funny, but no player trades. Anyways, okay, all right. This has gone on long enough. All right, have a good salutes. Okay. All right. Let's pull up. What are we pulling up now? We got
Is that the third or fourth match tonight?
I think that's our third. Yeah.
Oh my god, we're not even halfway done. It's been 2 hours.
We need to. Yeah. We need to.
Oh fuck.
I need to make sure I'm keeping people moving along on their teams. I sometimes I neglect it a little bit. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is, let's do let's do What should we do? Let's do Ray. So yeah. Glad we do get to hear Banson's aria once more.
Yes, we get to see Charlotte cook. This is like... This being a Charlotte victory is like... This is what I mean by Charlotte is the wild card of the league. Because Charlotte's victory here might have fucked Ray out of playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, Ray still has a slight chance, but that's a very, very big slight.
Yeah, the Treads take some huge Grass Knot chip, which will be very consequential later. The Scyther comes in, it just kind of clicks Wing Beat. Does some okay chip to the Finny. Coco comes back in, gets the Electric Train back up. But it does take a pretty fat Scald. But Electric Train's up now, and Sneasler just got Unburden, and it has just got an opportunity to SD. Yeah, the Treads eats its Troppleberry, but unfortunately it took too much chip earlier and cannot live the CC. The Sneasler clicks Acrobatics, and it clicks Dire Claw. It clicks Acrobatics once again. And Ray forfeits.
Yeah, that is the first forfeit of the league, because what the fuck do you do against Sneasler?
Yeah. So, yeah, I will say, these, I will say, technically Ray could have, made that like a 5-0, instead of like a, or well, no, not a, or like a 4-0 instead of a 5-0, because, the, stored power on the Reuniclus into extreme speed on the Arcanine would have killed the Sneasler. But, which is why I ended up rewarding the Sneasler with 5 kills instead of 6. But, yeah. And it could have, if Ray had been able to calm down and just do that line of play a little sooner, it probably could have worked out, but, yeah, it's just kind of went crazy. Sneasler is very strong, and a lot of people do not have Sneasler resist.
Sneasler is like one of my favorite new toys to play with. It really is just so good.
But yeah, let's talk about Charlotte's team first, and we'll bring Rand after that. But I prepped Charlotte so I can talk about this. I was also high when I prepped Charlotte for this one, but I guess it just worked out. I think that like I don't know. The Coco's terrain extender with like grass knot for the treads, which worked out. And like defog, like using just kind of a like a. Yeah, I'm like I was like high, but I was building okay, but I don't remember most of the rationale behind this team. I'll be real, so I'll talk about it. But yeah, Thunderbolt. I'm mixed on if I cook or not when I'm high. Like, remember the weird B-drill EV spread that I made for Ray? I've had some good and bad, but okay. Yeah. So yeah, this is basically just like, hey, what if we made like Sneasler. Like, what if we made, like, Coco, like, Regieleki, like, Volt Turn, like, bullshit with Sneasler, Unburdened Sneasler to sweep. Because Ray doesn't have any Sneasler resists, which is, yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, the Sneasler, the Coco is, like, you know, it's kind of a utility Coco. It's mostly for getting the terrain up and keeping the terrain, like, keeping the opposing terrain, like, off. Sometimes the weed is good at the video game, is the good at video games weed, and sometimes it's normal weed. This is true. Yeah. The Aleki's pretty normal. It's a magnet, which is like, I don't know. I love the type items, the like fucking like type boosting items. I just think they're good. I don't like Life Orb. I think it's cringe. So note that. I used to be a huge Life Orb fan, but I just started hating it because I just started randomly dying whenever I like did anything with Life Orb.
Yeah, now
I don't know how you're supposed to find setup opportunities with Life Orb.
But yeah, now you're just like a choice scarfer for life.
And the fucking items that you get while you're playing through the game in single player, and you just put them on your Pokemon because you don't have anything else. I use those now. Anyways, yeah, Sneasler's really normal. This is just the Unburdened Sneasler set, basically. Mamoswine is a Scarf, but it's labeled as Quick Claw mark for tricks. It's to fool the opponent. It's Ice Shard anyways, because there's something that we were scared of being too fast. I don't remember what it is right now. Yeah. Gliscor is pretty normal Gliscor. It's like a rock setter, like, pivot thing. It's just kind of there to, like, be kind of fat and just, like, come in and out and just be Gliscor. And the Scyther we just brought because I don't even remember why we brought Scyther. Oh wait, it's just because Ray has a bunch of poison, or a bunch of psychic types and shit that, like, don't really like Scyther buttons. So you're just like, yeah, like, SD Scyther's probably pretty good here. Like, and we were like, when the fuck else is Scyther gonna get brought? So we just decided to bring it. But none of it really mattered. It was just kind of the sneeze show. I'll be real. And Coco. Coco got the ship and the electric turret, so that's fine. But yeah, now we can pull up Ray's team. I'll bring Ray in here.
Well, first, my favorite Pokemon on the team. I mean, it's Sneasler, obviously.
Yeah.
We should talk about our favorite Pokemon on Charlotte's roster real quick. Wait,
yeah.
Charlotte has Makeup Week. Never mind.
Charlotte has Makeup Week, yeah.
We can talk about it then.
Yeah. Okay.
So, fortunately, me talking about my team is going to be really quick because I don't remember the rationale behind basically anything I brought, and I couldn't probably like tell you any of it if I tried.
Yeah.
Except Treads. Treads was supposed to like only take half health from a CC and then kill Sneasler with Earthquake. It didn't work because for some reason I just like didn't think about Unburden Sneasler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of just like played badly and was already feeling pretty bad, so
Yeah.
still think
Yeah.
it was kind of immature for me to like forfeit there. So I apologize for that.
It happens. I don't think anybody blames you. You know, you gotta take care of yourself. If you're in a moment of emotion, there's no reason to stew in it further by just like
And yeah,
letting your guys die. So that's whatever. But yeah, yeah,
yeah, I should
don't know.
not have let Treads take damage there. I just didn't really know what else to switch into Coco. I was a little scared of it.
Yeah. That's reasonable. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do remember one thing. I brought like 2 Calm Mind guys because like obviously Charlotte has some very scary like offensive stuff, but they also have like some stuff that I could potentially just like they have like some sort of passive-ish stuff like Sableye and Gliscor that like I could potentially like sort of sit on with Calm Mind and Snowball, but
Yeah.
it didn't work out that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that about covers it.
Yeah, it seems like kind of in the air if I make playoffs. If I don't, I don't really mind. I guess it would be kind of a weight off my shoulders, but like if I do, I will give it my all.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we'll just have to see. It's very vague right now. Like who's?
I am in 8th place at the moment.
Yeah, you're in 8th place at the moment, so it's like
There is like a way for you to get into playoffs.
I think it's like mostly up to Lillie versus Hazel, right?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because I don't like again. WAFFLOES has to get 6-0'd to fall below you.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, hey, I'm rooting for you to stay in, but also,
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I
One
hope
last thing.
yeah.
Psychic Fangs on Hark was just like kind of a random choice. I don't know what Hark's 4th move would be otherwise, because close combat does literally nothing to Charlotte's entire roster.
Arc 4th move is. It doesn't matter that much. You can just pull whatever there. It's fine. Well, not whatever. But...
My favorite guy on your team this week is Iron Treads because bro is still doing fuck all. I'm
He could have
impressed.
done something.
I'm impressed that you've brought Iron Treads so much, and somehow this guy has been a piece of shit every week. Even on the weeks that you have won, this Iron Treads, it's like you bring good sets for him, and yet he fumbles the bag. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's the
I had a
dumb
plan this
robot.
time. I just did not
Yeah.
execute on it even a little bit.
That's fair, yeah, but I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if Treads gets. If you make it into playoffs, we'll have to seriously consider Treads going off the team.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah. Yeah. Good shit though. Yeah, like. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Salutes.
Salute.
I like can't stop saying salutes. I've been saying it a lot and like on these streams in general, but it's just I don't know. I hate saying like goodbye to people or like ending things, and so for some reason, just like the way that I've found to just like cut all the tension is to just say salute, 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 and then leave suddenly. Yeah. Anyways, let's pull up. Let's pull up Tristana versus Lillie. Canada Lillie. Of course. Naturally. Naturally. Try never got a team move. It's fine. It's like
Oh, not the
there's another
dragon
greedy,
dance.
greedy Zardex play to start off.
Into the outrage.
Yeah, nah, you can't. But the Enamorous comes in and starts clicking Calm Mind at the Dragon Head. Just kind of has to leave.
Tristana immediately starts setting up again.
It gets tricked to Scarf, but now it's just locked into Draining Kiss, which is pretty whatever. Big Root was really funny. Revealing that that this had Big Root for the Draining Kiss is so fun.
Yeah.
Honestly takes fuck all from the Flash Cannon. Zone doesn't quite die, but you know, he's still alive, whatever. And then the knockoff does not kill. Now it's not choice locked anymore, I guess. Rillaboom comes in. We have the attempt of the fucking Iron Defense here, which it really just should have been Draining Kiss. I don't really know what that was, but whatever.
The Glizzy paid off.
Marowak comes in, just clicks a quick Flare Blitz, and then clicks a quick Poltergeist, and just pwns that Dragonite. Dies to a Stone Axe though.
This is quite a close game.
Pex pulls up, clicks its Toxic button, uses its Toxic attack, and then just recovers on this Sariledge. Scalds it. Swords Dances again, and doesn't like get burned and doesn't but clicks CC for some reason. I don't know what that was.
I mean, it's not gonna get burned because it's a fire type.
Oh yeah, that's true. Click CC, and I really don't know what the CC was. It might have been a hedge to like hit. The Rillaboom gets Toxic, which is pretty bad for it. The Toxapex dies, but like it's completed its fucking journey, and what is Rillaboom going to do to this Tangrowth? What is Kleavor gonna do to this Tangrowth? They both kind of just gotta try to kill it. 70% seems like a lot, but then the Giga Drain kills there after the helmet chip, and now Rillaboom has to try to win this matchup against the helmet Tangrowth with the recoil and the Toxic on it, and a fucking Surf Fetch to the back, and it's just not happening.
It was quite close, though. It was quite close.
Game. Yeah. But yeah, let's I guess we can talk about Lillies first. We'll bring Tristana in after, and we'll talk about that. So I don't think Lilly's gonna show up. Sariledge. Yeah, I guess I still don't know why it was CC and not Sneak. The Sneak probably would have. I mean, the Bitter Blade would have done more than the CC. I think even the Sneak probably still would have done more than both though. It was a stab. But I don't know. I don't know anything, so don't ask me. Magnezone. Kind of a funny Rain Dance Magnezone is kind of funny for sand, but sand didn't get brought, so it was kind of a wash. It was Magnet Pull, which I don't really understand because it was Magnet Pull Air Balloon, but it didn't really have anything to kill Excadrill with, and that's the only Steel type on that roster, so I don't really know what that was about. Maybe it probably should. I don't know, sometimes you just leave the ability on. This is the same fucking Rillaboom that's come every time, which is fine.
He's so good already.
He's fucking good. I think he did the same as CC. Bitterblade did more. Yeah, okay, that's real. Alright, and then, we actually have 2 Band and 2 Scarf on this team.
I could never run a team like this.
I think that like it is kind of adventurous to bring Bandit Outrage against the roster with like an Amyristerian and stuff, but also to be fair, like I don't know, I just hate Outrage, so that's fair. Like it's my problem. Yeah. This D-Knight probably needed something to hit tank growth. In general, I think this team didn't have enough stuff to hit tank growth, which is kind of what ended that game, like where it ended. Like when you have a core, when you're fighting a core like Peck's tank growth, you need something that breaks both of those moves. And like Ceruledge sort of breaks tank growth, but it like needs to be alive first. And it's like a setup sweeper, so it just doesn't work out the same way exactly. Yeah, and then we have the two Scarfers. Good Cleave War. This is pretty normal Cleave War. X Scissor Knight / CC. Pretty covered overall. And then the Azelf was like Trick Scarf. It was a pretty normal like Lilly Azelf set. Like this, it's been some variant of this. Like, some variant of a choice Azelf. Yeah, I feel like this team kind of lacked a lot of the pivoting and stuff that would make it really like make the multiple like choice users really work, and it just didn't quite have enough to break the core. But you know, it still did good. Like Lilly did good stuff in that game, anyways. Like. You know, the thing about hyper offense is that it's gonna break stuff no matter what. It's gonna break things apart no matter what. Like,
yeah.
It just depends on how many things you break. Yeah. Now we pull in Tristana. Or oh wait, we can talk about the favorite guy.
Favorite guy on this team is for this week. I mean, honestly, I know you were saying the Outrage is like dumb, but I think the Outrage on the Dragonite is so fucking dope. Because it really... I
wasn't even saying it's dumb, I was just saying I wouldn't have done it, but that's me. That's my brain.
Yeah, you're just kind of a hater, and I think, like, bringing that for Charizard X is fucking awesome and dope.
Yeah.
And smart.
Yeah, my favorite guy was, Rillaboom, because, like, he just keeps fucking doing it. Rillaboom, he just keeps coming in. He keeps clocking in, 9 to 5, taking his paycheck, just being like, hey... You see this Grassy Glide?
Get Lizzie.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's pull in Tristana.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, this team. So while building this team, I was cat sitting and building it on my phone, so I forgot to give it all nicknames except for Reddit Silver. Yay, Reddit Silver.
Reddit Silver.
Yeah. So, the main things I remember about building this team is that I was terrified of, let's see, the Gyarados, because I've never had a good time against Moxie Mega Gyarados. Rillaboom is terrifying. Azelf is Azelf.
Yeah.
Dragonite is scary, but I fumbled that a bit. And the rest is like stuff I can maybe deal with. And I realized that majority of what I was scared of could be cleaned up with Reddit Silver. So I brought that back just in case.
Yeah.
I thought the choice band's first impression is so funny, and I needed it again.
It's just so fun to click. It's so
really
fun
good.
to click.
Even though Surfetch didn't come out once that battle, it's like it was there, locked and loaded. Another thing is I wanted to make sure I didn't have a single 0 brought on my roster, even though like a lot of it wasn't me bringing those other 1s and 2s. I wanted to make sure there was no 0 there, and so I brought Marowaka Alola, which I'm glad I did because it did some work.
Yeah, you got kills. I love Marowaka.
Yeah, I was
cool.
like, eyeing it the whole time, and I was thinking, I could bring this, but I do have Charizard X.
Yeah.
So I did risk it with the double fire in this squad.
Yeah. You know, it's you're up against a roster with like not that many, like I mean, like only one water type, and like you know, not that much in terms of really scaring the fire types. So
yeah, it
worked
just
out.
Worked out, yeah. I knew I had to bring an Amorous just because the Gyarados and the Dragonite and dealing with like what else was ever I wanted it for? It was mainly those two.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I was also scared of Mimikyu, which is why I had the Tangrowth with knockoff and the helmet mainly, and also the Poltergeist and Red and Silver would have also helped a little bit with that.
Yeah.
Toxapex is the standard Toxapex.
Yeah.
But
He's that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Toxic worked well, the Scald worked well.
Yeah.
What else was there? I was greedy on the Iron Defense, but that and for the same reason that Charizard went down, I am completely brain dead when it comes to calcs, and I don't think about doing them.
Yeah.
So Charizard dies because I'm greedy. So an Amorous dies because I am greedy.
Yeah.
But an Amorous did some good work either way. I think that's about all I can think of for the choices on my team. Yeah.
Well.
Anything else you want to point out?
Yeah. I think that's. That probably mostly covered. Why are the hyphens on Surface set not colored? Yeah, I don't know actually. Wait, that's a good point. I don't know.
Why is that?
Because it's
I
silver.
don't know. The EVs aren't colored either. Surfetch got weirded. I don't know. Something weird happened to Surfetch and we don't play it. And we're trying to get to the bottom of it, but we haven't figured it out yet. So it might actually hate punctuation. That might be real actually.
We have top experts on the situation.
Yeah. All right. We can open up your roster. You unfortunately are out of playoffs contention. That was your last match, but you did.
But I'm happy with how.
Pull out a nice win. You pulled out a nice win. I mean, you inherited a 0-3 record, and you got 3 wins out of your remaining 5 games, which is good.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Whenever we do whenever we do a future draft, I'm excited to see you drafting a full roster of your own and doing something
to do that.
Doing something fire. I think in general, the best mon on this full roster overall. Been doing this for all the farewell this week. My favorite guy is kinda. My favorite guy is kind of the fucking Tauros because the Tauros just pulling that game out of nowhere against Phil was so fucking fun, and I don't know, and it's just kind of a good line. I don't know. That's all Dantor.
My joke things, my joke choices for my favorites are definitely Tauros and Surfetched, but the one Pokemon I think actually did so much work is Tangrowth.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think Tangrowth did way more work than I ever expected it to, bringing it into games.
Yeah, Tangrowth is definitely my favorite of your roster. It was between that and Toxapex. Your two, fucked up regenerator guys. I think, you really utilized them super well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm happy at... This double regenerator is so mean, but yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? You are going out on a hell of a note because you winning against Lillie might kick her out of playoffs if she doesn't beat Hazel.
You might have played spoiler.
Yeah,
I
feel a little bad about that, but also I played I specifically played as hard as I could in every game. So
Yeah.
do that. So
Everybody gotta play the hardest they can. You know.
It's most
Ultimately,
exciting that way.
You gotta fight your opponent, and sometimes that means they lose. But yeah, overall, good shit. You know, I was glad to bring you in. I'm glad you had fun. And
yeah, I had a ton of fun. I'm really glad. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Mike both, like, I did not know you guys at all before this draft league, and you've both been wonderful. You've both been really cool on these streams.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah. 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 Good shit. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Salutes.
Salutes.
Okay.
We got two
all right,
more.
We got two more. So we got I think we can pull up. We can pull up. Let's pull up. Do you want to pull up? Let's pull up. Yeah, let's pull up Lillie versus Faye. I think we'll end with you and Ellie.
I like that because you know what? I think that's the most hype to end on.
That's the storyline shift.
It really is. It's like I am so fucking excited to just talk about it. Honestly.
Yeah. This is my personal favorite game of the week, I'll say. Okay. And Faye also has made a very special request.
Well, what is Faye's special request?
For me. Okay.
Wait, I started playing Faye's theme, I just realized Faye lost. Sorry, Faye.
Yeah, Faye lost. Faye lost. But Faye has also requested to be a speaker. Faye, I'm going to be... Faye has a very special thing that she wishes to do, okay?
What is it?
But all you need to know is there is going to be a point... there's going to be a point in the game... I'll have Faye forward it to me.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. And Faye is going to do something. I'm gonna invite you to speak. Just accept it when you're ready. It's fine too. We're just gonna, we're gonna play it normal. But we have a special. Faye has a very special, good bit. So let's do it. Well, let's click on the play game button.
Alright. Tumblr fandom style.
Tumblr fandom style comes in. Yeah.
My freaking house. I'm sorry to say, Faye, you both lost this game in terms of the gameplay and also the nicknames.
High bug touch. So Ursula comes in.
RCS flying.
Yeah. But Strength steps the Incineroar, on the way out, she reads the switch in. Instance tries to knock off the Chomp absorbs the knock.
I am
spikes up.
I am so afraid of what the fuck is gonna happen.
Yeah. Mel unfortunately gets burned quite early into the game, and he's just kind of cucked now.
Yeah, the first time that Mel Metal isn't the most fucked up dude of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. This is bulletproof Ursaluna. Sub bulletproof Ursaluna. Bulk up. It's a set of all time. And it's just kind of sitting on this mill. It's taking less than the substitute because of the burn. And now the mill's -1 attack. This is the most cucked mill. Yeah, I literally say it's a. It bulk ups again. But foul play breaks the sub, and then foul play Instant comes in, but you'll also note that it's not actually Incineroar, it's a Zoroark.
It's a trick.
It took Hazard Chip.
And had Intimidate.
A crit Double Iron Bash comes in. But yeah, like Mel again, just I don't know, doesn't get to do a ton right now. Slowbro comes in. Well, it was super effective at least. Yeah, and this is just kind of like Lillie just kind of fishing for a flinch or just like anything. Just sacking the Mel. Ursula comes in again. But just strength saps the instant so that it doesn't get to like click buttons as much. Yeah. Yeah. Also, yeah, so you're gonna need to pause and set it to really slow on turn 34. So I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
No, not now. Yeah. But I'm just letting you know. Turn 34. Yeah. The Chomp lives the Iron Head, and then unfortunately, the attack drop, yeah, like, unaware, Clef got pwned because of the attack drop. The attack drop did not affect the Chomp, so it took full damage from the Iron Head. Curselect comes in again. Curselect keeps just coming in. I thought this guy was supposed to suck. But then Lillie comes in now. Slowbro teleports out and into Slowbro. What? And it's actually Scarf. Uh-oh. This is when you're gonna need to pause and... well, no, next turn you're gonna need to pause and go really slow. Yeah. Yeah, just when the Cursula dies.
I'm scared.
Okay.
What event is about to occur? Well, I kind of have an idea of what event is about to occur, but I'm not. I'm like scared about how. I'm scared about the specifics. Gifting Macklemore. Awkward.
The Z conversion does come out. The parting shot does hurt the Porygon.
What is happening? Oh no. I really hope this isn't DMCA.
Lillie swears from the freeze. Hard it goes. This crit mattered.
Oh no!
And left dies to the hazard chip. Yeah, well, babe, since we have you on the mic, you want to talk about your team?
Okay. Just really, like, it was really important to, like, really focus in. Really spotlight both the Lilly swearing and laughing maniacally, and also the fact that it's like 3 turns in a row was like freeze, crit, and crit. Like that was like God saw me trying to stop the fucking winning streak, the undefeated champ, and he fucking smited me down completely.
You got punished for hubris.
Anyways, I prepped this team with Eve a bit.
Yeah.
I guess that was like the first time I like consulted someone else a ton with my team building, I think. At least like really in-depthly.
Yeah, you talked to me a few times about some stuff, but it was never like super hardcore. It's pretty chill.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like you prepped with Eve like pretty hard on this.
Yeah, like some stuff I did decide on like beforehand was of course like some stuff I decided on by myself was like Slobo was like a really good pivot into metal. It's like the main thing that threatened it was like Thunder Punch, and it was like Assault Fist, and it wouldn't do that much. Like you could like live with Assault Fist Thunder Punches, and if it was like Choice Banded, then I could like switch into Ursaluna. So I just left like Punching Glove as like the main thing that I just had to like play carefully around. And like I knew Sienna was prepping Lilly, and I knew that like Rocky Helmet was gonna be what she would be prepping around. So like of course like Punching Glove Melmetal was like pretty clearly obvious. I mean it helps to be prepared, and also like Lilly does have like other physical attackers she could have been using. It's like I chipped down the Garchomp at least. So and it was like the Fire Water Grass Core here was like pretty good. Like and the secondary typings also like complemented each other pretty nicely here. Like Incineroar and Slowbro both resist like the double Iron Bash, and then like Vileplume resists both the fighting and electric coverage that Melmetal could have for both of them. And then like, and again like if I did like see Choice Band damage, and it was like Thunder Punch, then like Slowbro would have taken a lot, but then that would have been like a free entry point for Ursaluna to set up.
Yeah.
Like I did like just on like slow one and Incineroar on my own, but like Eve did suggest like Vileplume as like a fairy and fighting resist, and like for like Tapu Lele, and I did also like it for like I was like a little bit scared of like Toxic Spikes because like I didn't like a lot of my team was I did have like a more hazard vulnerable team than normal, and like Toxic Spikes would have been like pretty scary because of that. So like I like Vileplume for that, and then like bulk up bulletproof Ursaluna was also a thing I decided on my own. Where like is gonna like and like with light spin on Clefable that like would have had and bulletproof blocking like Focus Blast. Like Focus Blast was like the main special attacking threat that Lilly could pose against Ursaluna with like Lele and Gengar, and then like with Light Screen and like some special defense investment, then like the special attackers like I could still get some setup opportunity against them.
Yeah.
I do think I might have like biased a bit too much into special defense, and like probably should have like done more HP, but I mean I think it worked out pretty well. Like I don't think it would have like made too much of a difference against like I think like Mandiba's foul play was doing like 40%, so I don't think it would have made too much of a difference. But maybe it would have helped stop Melmetal from breaking the substitute. Actually, so I probably should have done a more even ratio, maybe. And Eve did bring up Unaware Clef as a suggestion to me, and like Lilly does have like a lot of like varied win conditions between like or like varied like setup moves. Like sword stance on Garchomp. There's like a belly drum symbol. There's Z conversion polygon. Like there's like mouse sword. There's Thievul. Like there's a lot of setup moves that like Lillie could thread in. So like I did think that like Unaware would be worth it as like a catch-all. It's like I definitely should have like just, and I absolutely should have like sacked the slow bow like against Garchomp because like I was playing a lot like pretty scared of like Draco Meteor, of like mix attacking Draco Meteor Garchomp, but then like that like with the burn on Melmetal, like that was like that meant that like a lot of like Slowbow's job was done, fulfilled. So like I definitely should have like preserved Clefable to help me against Porygon though.
Yeah.
Eve did suggest like Wishport Clefable at first, but then like she suggested it because like her Screamtail was good against Hazel's team.
Yeah.
But I felt that like I decided against it because I felt that like between like Melmetal and Healing Wish on Indeedee, like Lillie had good options to exploit like Wishport Clefable. So
yeah.
Oh, yeah. And another thing like Eve suggested was like having like good like hazard prevention options. Like since like my hazard removal were like pretty like my hazard removal between like the Salamence and the Zato, they were like a bit more exploitable defensively by Lillie's team. Like it turned out that like both the team and my decisions that game were not high tempo for like prevention to be that a sustainable strategy.
Yeah.
Like, especially since like that first knockoff gave like a free spike.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why I was like why I focused so much on like hitting Cursula over preventing us free switching on Garchomp. But you know, like Scarf Zoroark is like can stop hazards from going up and like by like taunting stuff, and like if it's something like, and if it's like Garchomp was in, then like that was like a good Will-O-Wisp target. Like I thought about Chook at first, but there weren't enough move slots, and like Wisp covered a lot of things I would have wanted Chook to cover, like Mandibuzz.
Yeah.
So it's like that also doesn't like, that doesn't get like getting Chooked, but it doesn't like getting Wisped either. And like Melmetal also doesn't like getting Wisped. And also it was like my lead, that was not a real Clefable in the lead slot.
Yeah.
It was like pretty funny to have like, yeah, like
there were a lot of
the wheel and the double. The wheel and the double kept switching into each other.
Yeah.
A lot that game. Like, that was like pretty funny.
Yeah.
Also, the fucking Calc Dex, the cheat Dex engine for a Smelgon does trick you into thinking. Trick you by making the default example sets the fucking worst sets of all time.
Yeah, it's like max speed Cursula.
Yeah. And like, so I was like pretty sure that like Zoroark could kill, and then it didn't.
Yeah.
So like if I like switched out of Cursula, then like that would give me like a fighting chance, like at least a fighting chance against the Porygon scene.
Although so really Lillie should have set up on the fucking on the
Shadow Ball choice lock.
Yeah, like there was no reason really not to. Like I'm pretty sure the +1 Thunderbolt would have killed the Incineroar before Roar could happen and shit. So, I don't know. Whatever. It's do you have any like final thoughts?
It did barely survive like +1 Thunderbolt. Like at the HP was sad at that point in the game, but like
yeah.
So yeah, I could potentially have roared it with Incineroar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, like Eve did like keep telling me. Eve did like keep telling me that like to like invest in special defense on Vileplume.
Yeah.
Invest in Vileplume special defense, and like I wasn't like all in on it like she was. Like she wanted like half and half with calm nature, And like I didn't go all the way that far. It's like that did make it a lot more vulnerable to metal, which like I really wanted to like strength sap it down, but I might have, but like if I did like half and half with calm nature, then metal did turn into one shot with like double iron bash and passive damage. But like I am glad that I did still put a little bit of special defense with the calm nature, because like fucking Valken was the survivor. It lived fucking adaptability ice beam.
Yeah, well, I mean, not adapt. It was electric, but yeah.
Oh, what? Oh yeah, I think she suggested a spread that like survivor +1 adaptability ice beam after stealth wall.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
It's like it wasn't adaptability and it wasn't +1 either, but it did have like a lot of spikes instead.
Yep.
It's like it did just barely survive that. And yeah, I forgot to name these. Yeah, Eve thought it would be like ice adaptability, Chiroko, Ursaluna. Yeah, like that was like the set she was expecting.
Unfortunately, your loss this week is because you didn't give them nicknames.
Yeah, like I forgot. Like, yeah, like usually like nicknames are like the last thing I do on a team. So like when I'm like really like focused on prepping my actual game plan, and then it's like sometimes I just forget.
I almost always build on my phone and then transfer it to my computer when I play the match, and a lot of my names on the computer, and sometimes I'm like close to the wire and I just don't get to name them. It's happened before to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Like it completely slipped my mind. Like against Bell, I was like doing like last minute stuff, and like I just punched in Dragon Ball 3 for Incineroar, but like he had just completely slipped my mind.
Yeah. But yeah. Good shit overall. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Morgan, favorite guy.
Yeah. Favorite guy on your team? Probably, honestly, it's Zoroark. I love Zoroark because Sui shenanigans. He loves doing tricks. Also, I gotta say, congratulations on getting into playoffs. You might have lost this week, but you were already super good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like already like pretty high in the playoffs rankings, like for like the last 2 weeks. I think I was like already like pretty solid. I mean, a pretty solid standing. So like,
yeah.
Yeah. Like, even though I didn't win this battle, I brought out the villain in Lillie. Like that laugh is.
Yeah, you made Lillie say like fuck you. So like you did win in spirit. Yeah, like you did have to like. God. It's like making Batman kill. It's like you didn't like. Yeah, like you didn't like you broke the moral code even if you didn't succeed in your goals.
Like I remember like in a voice and like Sienna's sub like in a voice call a couple of days ago, like after this match, like Lillie was talking about something like how she was looking at that turn, like she saw the Valkyrie survive, and I was like, oh my god, this is how I lose. I'm gonna get slept and lose. And then she saw the freeze and was like she went from 0 to 100 like in the span of like half.
What is going on with my bit
I condemn
rate?
you to hell, and it made us laugh for like a full minute.
Yeah.
My bit rate is in the shitter right now, bruh.
Yeah.
Like she said it in the moment she was thinking like, I condemn you to hell, and I was just like,
no. She was saying like
funny.
No, she was saying like like she was like no. It's just the way she was describing it. She was saying like it wasn't a I condemn you to hell taunting but like just the specific phrasing was so funny. I condemn you to Either way, is your shit still fucked, Morgan?
Yes, very much
better
so.
Now?
No.
Oh, the stream's down.
I took down the whole stream.
Is it still? Is it okay? Wait.
No, the bitrate is 0.
Eve says it's alive again.
Well, Eve is lying, because it's like shitting the bed.
Wait.
Nobody can hear me scream. I feel like I'm going insane. I'm like in a torture chamber. Seriously, there's like evil clowns surrounding me. Help me. Help! Help me! Help!
Help.
Help me! I don't know why my internet just decided to shit the bed, like, right now. Bruh. Dude, come on! How fucking long is this gonna last? Dude, if you guys make Lilly swear ever again, I swear to fucking God I'm gonna find you, because that, like, completely ruined my stream. Is Lilly saying a swear. There will be hell to pay. Oh, Sodom will pay the price. Okay, fuck it. I'm, like, completely resetting this shit. 'Cause, like, fuck, dude. I have not had this bad of internet problems in a fucking hot second. Like, Jesus Christ. I just, like, leaked my internet. It's, like, fine. Oh, no, you know I use Spectrum. Fuck. Whatever, man. Alright, gentleman's agreement.
I think it might be okay.
It's okay on Discord's end now, probably. Here's my gentleman's agreement. You cannot make Lilly say a swear ever again. Because, like, apparently, like, Lilly swearing is, like, tearing
apparently it does warp the fabric of reality.
It didn't even bring back the stream. It's still at 0 bitrate. No, never mind. No. Dude, I'm gonna scream. There we go. Oh my God, it's in green again. Hello, everyone. No one can make Lilly swear again. It's killing the stream. We have to finish this fucking match, like, as soon as possible.
It warped the fabric of reality.
We have to finish this. Because it's still, like, randomly dropping frames.
Okay, let me talk about... I prepped Lilly for this game. I prepped Lilly for this game. Oregon is pretty normal.
Wait, hold on a sec.
It was the main sweeper for this. Most of the other decisions were based around enabling Porygon.
Stop!
Lele was
No one's listening
like Scarf
to me.
Lele. It was supposed to be like.
Am I crazy?
Oh!
I figured out what the problem was. I figured out what the problem was. I solved the problem. I figured out what it was. Okay. Do you want to know what the problem was?
There was a PUBG update downloading?
Yeah, it was fucking PUBG downloading in the background. Fucking PlayerUnknown's Battleground was killing my fucking stream. But I solved the problem now. Okay, go on. You don't have to do it fast also.
Okay.
I just needed 1 second.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's take it back to the beginning. I prepped Lilly for this game. I contributed a lot to this team. So I can speak on basically everything. Porygon Z was the main sweeper, main win condition. Everything basically was like built around Porygon. And just removing the things that are annoying Porygon, etc. And just generally checking that face up, obviously. But Porygon was like the big important guy. Lillie was just meant to be like a Scarfer, just to kind of check some of the faster threats that Faye has that are like really frustrating to deal with, stuff like Lopunny and whatever else. The Psychic Train also, I mean, the Psychic Train's important for Porygon because you don't want priority, you don't want that pesky priority getting away with Porygon sweeps. Yeah, like Scarf Lillie let it check Lopunny and other assorted threats that are kind of frustrating. We were Grass Knot for Luna instead of Focus Blast because Grass Knot like also hit Slowbro, and Focus Blast really didn't hit like anything else that like mattered that much. I guess they hit Bisharp, but you didn't really want to stay in against Bisharp either way. Fourth move was Reflect. It really probably should have been Aromatherapy, which we were talking about, but yeah, it didn't hit Bulletproof for Selena. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, like Grass Knot is like strictly better than Focus Blast. Yeah, Reflect is the fourth move. Lillie just kind of wanted Reflect. Lillie just wanted one screen, and it was like, whatever. But I like thought Aromatherapy was better, but I just didn't really push for it because Lillie wanted the Blood Reflect, and I was like, whatever. Mel was Punching Glove. Faye was exactly right that I was like, yeah, it's gonna be Helmet Slowbro. We need Ring Punch. Pretty normal spread. We really we were building to like not take like the like benchmarks were like Incineroar overheats, like defensive Incineroar overheats, and Clef Fire Blasts for Melmetal. We wanted to like not die to those. So that's where that spread came from with the like special defense investment. It gave kind of the best like Ford Focus Punch Clef. That's kind of fire. Yeah, but Mel like didn't do that much this game because we didn't bring Aromatherapy on the Lillie, and he got burned. Mel honestly probably could have been like Covert Cloak or something to knock its Skull Burn, but like just like it's Punch Cloak's fine. I don't think that was a problem. It probably should have been Aromatherapy on the Chomp was mixed and invested to 2-hit KO like physically defensive Clef with Iron Head. And it did that pretty much. Like it didn't act, the Clef switched out, but the Clef also switched out at a point where it was going to die to half. Yeah. Otherwise, this is like kind of a spike setter. We brought some decent bulk on it. We went Brave because giving up on more bulk was not an idea, and it kind of outsped all the things it needed to outspeed anyways without whatever. Yeah. Yeah, like Spikes, Draco, Iron Head, Earthquake. It was pretty good. But yeah, it was because Clef was really annoying for like Porygon and a couple other guys. Mel and Tromp were both kind of meant to kind of like bother Clef. Mandibuzz was for Luna, which is exactly what it ended up being deployed against and killing. It is pretty default spread. I'm pretty sure this is literally a showdown off spread. The 8 special defense was not. I'm sure Lillie just clicked the 8 special defense.
For funnies.
Lillie just clicked the auto spread, but like it was already basically gonna be like a 252, 52, 4, so it just didn't matter. Like it didn't matter. The like part of the reason why it's helmet instead of boots, well, actually the entire reason why it's helmet instead of boots is if it was like Guts Luna, and it was like clicking facade. The amount of damage that +1 Porygon Z needed to kill like max HP Luna with an Ice Beam was the exact amount of damage that Rocky Helmet Ship does. So the idea was basically, if Luna, like, even if Luna like kills the fucking Mandibuzz, it is now in range to get killed by Porygon later. So it's been chipped enough for that. And honestly, it kind of worked out better than that, because like Luna didn't really end up making any progress, but it also still died to Mandibuzz. Yeah, and then this Cursula did like work. I don't know. This Cursula was good. Kind of a bulky spread, like with like, but like a lot of special attack investment, so it can just smack things with Shadow Ball and Earth Power, which is really all the coverage it needed. Earth Power hit Raikou, who we were prepping for really hard. We were really scared of Raikou, and like I was like, I assumed Lillie. I definitely breathed a sigh of relief when I looked at the screen and just didn't see Raikou. Because I was just like so scared of Raikou switching on everything, or just like making things play like a weird, like stupid little Volt Switch up.
Right.
But yeah, this was partially to punish Raikou, to just like smack it with Earth Powers. Also needed a secondary hazard setter, and we wanted something that could kind of like come in a few times and like be like enough to like make some progress. Like Cursula seems like it's really shit, and it is, but it has good special bulk and it has very high special attack, which allows it to just kind of, and like Strength Sap is an incredible move. So you get to like it was able, and like basically the idea was it can get rocks up, and like if Incineroar comes in to try to threaten it, it can click the Strength Sap as Incineroar comes in, and like Incineroar is less scary against whatever comes in after Ursula. Yeah. But yeah, like, I don't know. Ursula honestly did everything it needed to this game, and it was the thing I was like most man, but it's still Ursula though. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really happy. I would actually say, I mean, we can have a favorite Pokemon, but like, Ursula was my favorite this game, personally.
Mm-hmm.
It did work. It like stayed alive the whole time. It got its rocks up and kept them up. Well, obviously kept them up. There's no removal. And in general, it was just kind of a boss.
Mm-hmm.
I like Ursula.
Well,
who's your favorite guy?
My favorite Pokemon is Tumblr fandom style, because every time the nickname makes me chuckle. It's really good. I mean, it's one of those games where like it was like Lillie was fucked until Porygon Z came out, but it's too easy to say like, oh yeah, Porygon Z is my favorite because it clicked buttons. No, we gotta give respect to Tumblr fandom style for all that it's done for us.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright. So yeah, we just have one more game.
Yep. And this game
Ellie
comes with a hell of a story. It really does. So
yeah.
I hope you'll excuse me if I give us a little bit of story time real quick. So it is no secret that for the first half of the league, I was the single worst schmuck in the entire league. I was losing game after game. I was making team building errors, and you know what it was? It was because of my own fucking stupid ego getting in the way. I am good at Mons. I have been, like, top 500 on the Showdown ladder before. So, like, in my mind, I was like, oh, nobody else has done that, so I could prep myself and be, like, fine.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I made it to top 500 on the Showdown ladder because I accidentally made a really strong team. I don't do that shit on purpose. I fucking suck at the team building phase. And just... after my loss against Sienna, which I could have gotten a better differential on if I gave more of a shit, I was like, dude, if I don't fucking clean up my act, I am fucked for this league. There's no way I'm making it into playoffs. And, like, I started needing the help of coaches. I had Sienna's help, I had Eve's help, I had Hazel's help, Faye's help. I gathered the crack team of experts to try and make it so I don't just, like, fumble before I've even started. And you know what? There was a good chance that even with all of my work, even if I pulled it all the way through, it would not fucking matter if I lost a single match at this point. So I had to beat Belle, I had to beat Mike, I had to beat Diana, and I had to beat Ellie. And even with my victory against Ellie, I needed good luck to occur. I needed, like, everybody else to be playing their asses off in the specific matchups I needed. I was fucking scared.
And,
I was anxious for the past week just thinking about it. Hold on one sec. Sorry about that. But just... I had to bring my all, and even then my all might not have been enough. But it just so happens that in the makeup week, and, like, the rest of week 8, I got exactly, like, everybody else got exactly the wins and the losses that I needed. And now... after all this shit, and after the match you will see, I am guaranteed to get into playoffs, which is so fucking relieving to say. It really is. It's... I've worked my fucking
it's a fucking
ass
comeback
off.
story.
It's the comeback story of the century. And honestly, since I have a Final Fantasy VII song anyways, let's just keep this Crisis Core song going, because I really like it. I think it's a good-ass song. And it's fine, nobody on Discord can hear it anyways. This is my comeback story, which is funny because I actually kind of played this match a little shitty.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. So the... Yeah. The dirge do naturally come in on the Zard, and then the Araquanid gets starts getting tired.
Yeah. I was I was really worried about Sticky Web.
Setup. But homie's got neutralizing gas turns off the skill link, and then homie's got Thunderbolt.
Yeah, this match has really good messages. You have to keep in mind also that this match was like an hour long. Because Ellie was really
that Iron Head does
contemplative.
57%. The Araquanid comes back in, and then the Oracoria comes in,
and then
starts clicking Quicker Dance.
This silly shit happens for a while.
Yeah, some fucking goofy incidents occur.
Like that awesome crit I just got.
This fucking stupid crit. excuse me for getting crit. Stoddard 76 comes in and takes 14% from the Revelation dance. But at least they're just doing this funny little flip turn game, and trying to like pivot and like lower your stats enough so that you don't like get to live.
I am like fucking determined though. I don't even give a fuck. I could have.
Yeah, we definitely are. Like, we had a huge crowd in this call, like watching this game, and like we were all just yelling at this, like at this entire sequence of events. We are like, "What the fuck is either of these players doing?" Like,
listen, I'm willing to play the long game.
The quick, it's the quick flinch into the taking another flip turn, and then
another one.
Another fucking crit. Like you played stupid. You played stupid games, and you like actually won a pretty awesome prize.
Yeah, but then I do this. Then I do this.
And sleep was over, and you just were like, well, what if I just like ate a giant liquidation for no reason?
I did not realize that max sleep turns had already occurred. If I had known,
Ellie was taking too many fucking minutes per game. That Sucker Punch does 100%. Real quick. Yeah, and then kind of Cell can't really do that much right now, because like Dirge had failed to get removed.
Yeah, Dirge is
like removing Dirge is necessary. And the sun is still up, but the sun actually goes away. The snow is now up. The cold winter's night. Ellie lets the veil go up, and Mawile comes in. Takes a decent amount of chip from the liquidation. Cell comes up, but like unfortunately, like it then just doubles into the Wheezing. Wheezing does actually disable huge power, but with the and gets rid of the veil. But yeah, no Iron Head, which would have done more damage, but you had some type mix-ups.
Yeah,
that Iron Head does too much damage. Ellie switches the Cell in, and then Sucker Punch. And then that liquidation does too much damage, and then that Iron Head does. And then you have to leave.
Yep. I was not letting Ellie get a better differential. Even though if Ellie won the match after me, she would have been above me anyways, but I was like, I can't let it happen.
Yeah, just picks up the Torstone and just drops a quick Shadow Ball. The knock is not enough, and the Dirge closes it out.
Yeah.
Motherfucker Mike himself.
The crazy thing really is, as we'll talk about my crack team of experts I've assembled to kill the entire cast of Overwatch, is that both of the Pokemon that I had determined were like, oh yeah, these are probably pretty, like, good win cons, those are both of the Pokemon that I let die.
Yeah.
But then Mawile was so good anyway, because you know what? Mawile was a backup win con anyways, so it's fine. Let's talk about the bullshit, man. This is the only time I've brought Mabosstiff, and it did not exist. Mabosstiff was brought because, here's the thing. There were two things on Ellie's team that I was most scared of, and they were both brought. I was scared of Mew, and I was scared of Charizard. I need, like, Mew is one of those things where, like, even if I brought, like, a million things that are good for, like, different Mew sets, I didn't necessarily have, like, a one-fits-all kind of deal. And Mabosstiff was, like, just that. You know, with the crunch, with the Scarf Crunch, I was pretty guaranteed to get the kill on it. It was speed crept to be specifically faster than Mew. And maybe something else? Hold on, let me check Ellie's speed tiers real quick. I think it might have just been faster than, like, Shocks, because I don't think I cared about Cryogonal. I didn't believe that Cryogonal existed. So I think it was to speed creep. Yeah, it was to speed creep the Sandy Shocks, and like that's also what Ice Fang was for. Really, it was just most important to have Crunch. And then like the rest of the moves were just kind of whatever. Like Destiny Bond was a funny trick. I never got to pull it off, but Destiny Bonds in Scarf would have been funny as fuck. Play Rough, I believe, was for Grimmsnarl. I think I was like, I might as well be able to click a button on that guy. And I think there might have been a couple other targets, maybe. Kind of just seems like it was Grim, but that's okay. Oh, Slitherwing too. Yeah. Although, I don't like being against Slitherwing with Dog to begin with. So maybe not so much that. But yeah. I think this Boss Tiff set is, like, really good. Which makes it funny that it, like, did not show up. It's the only Pokemon I did not use. I was really proud, like, oh my god, I found a use for all the Mons on my team. And then, like, my Boss Tiff, that poor thing is so sickly. It's so sick in the back. Guess who brought this, like, the same basic Dirge set again? I mean, the defenses are a little different. I'm trying to remember what we EV'd it for specifically. I think it might have been for, like, Shocks, because I was worried about that a little bit.
Yeah, like Shocks and, like, Zard Scorching Sands and stuff.
Right,
like,
that's what it was for. It was for
and,
Scorching
like, the rest
Sand.
was, like, defense. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Scorching Sand, you right.
Yeah.
Because I needed Dirge to hard,
like,
not hard wall, but wall Charizard Y. That was also what Oricorio was built
and
for.
speaking of walling Charizard Y, Oricorio was kind of meant to, like, not really get hit by Zard Y because it resists Solar Beam and Flamethrower and it's immune to Scorching Sand.
We were gonna use Charizard as free setup fodder. I kind of fumbled the bag with it a little bit. I possibly could have gotten an Oricorio sweep. Honestly, if I just remembered to click Air Slash and didn't forget about how long sleep lasts, we might have been fine. Everybody says, everybody was like, what the hell are you guys doing? Honestly, I thought I was playing fine until that shit happened. Was I playing a little risky? Yeah, but you gotta play the odds, man. You gotta fucking play the odds, alright? You have to believe. Alright, Kyle Justice was cooking.
There's also just nerves in the air.
Yeah.
When there's nerves, it happens. Anything, you know, it's not always, you're not always gonna play perfect. Yeah.
I was, like...
Cloister did kind of eat shit this game.
Yeah, but it kinda still, like, the rapid spin, I think, helped. I think if I got, like, if Sticky Web had, like, stayed up earlier in the game, it probably would have been way worse for me. Even though I have, like, some decently slow guys, but I was, like, very worried about hazards on Ellie's side because, like, Shocks and, like, the Sticky Web, like, I did not, like, want to fuck with that shit. I was scared as fuck. So you know what? Even though Cloyster kind of ate shit and didn't end up really being a win con, still did something. I don't think Cloyster was useless. You know? Sometimes the most helpful thing you can do is fucking die. Ninetales Alola is, like... It's interesting. We brought Heal Bell because I was kind of worried about, like, statuses on Ellie's team. And we also brought Blizzard because I did...
Like Grimmsnarl T-Wave?
Yeah. I brought Blizzard because I thought it was just kind of higher value against Ellie's team, get more damage going across, even though it wouldn't have been able to hit, Araquanid. I was kind of, like, tossed up
because the only ice resist was Araquanid.
Yeah, I was kind of, like, tossed up if Araquanid was coming in the first place. I'm glad I had Rapid Spin still, because it did. But yeah, Araquanid was kind of a toss-up on whether or not it would be brought, so I was just like, I should just get more damage. I should get more damage in here, and I...
Dude, nobody knew Ninetales had heal.
Yeah.
Nobody in the call knew Ninetales had Heal Bell until we, like, saw it, and we were like, damn, that's crazy. That's crazy how good Ninetales are.
Yeah. I believe it was speed crapped for, either Shocks or Cryogonal.
It might have been Modest, or...
You're right. I think it probably was. Well, it's fine. Either way, it was speed creeping something.
Yeah.
I mean, Ninetales is annoying to try and speed creep. Ellie has one single guy faster than it. And it's the guy that doesn't want to go against an ice type. Like, I thought it was pretty safe to say Serp was not coming anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was for that. But maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then Mawile is like the fucking MVP. Mawile got shit done. And like, it's funny because like the first time I brought Mawile, I didn't know how to fucking use this thing. Because I didn't know it had Sucker Punch. I brought fucking Knockoff, dude. And just, like, pretty much perfect coverage on, like, Ellie's team. Pretty much, like, hits everything neutrally, and hits, like, a fucking truck. Like, holy shit.
It's so fucking hard. The numbers were just so unbelievable the entire time.
Yeah, like, the max attack, it really mattered. I think for speed, I was speed creeping, I think, like, minimum speed wheezing, which, I guess Ellie did bring min speed, pretty much. But I was still too scared to do...
like neutral speed.
I was still too scared, which is funny, because I should have known it would have been fine, but that's okay. But yeah.
Yeah, it could have been flame, like, fire move.
This is like, I'm quite proud of this team that we built. I'm really glad that this is the team that has secured my way into playoffs. I got to bring some old favorites. I got to bring some guys that I maybe haven't gotten to use that much, like Mawile, and like, or Ikorio is like debatable. I've brought it a few times, but other than its one sweep, it's not like it really did much other than that.
Yeah.
And of course, Ninetales the GOAT coming in. Ninetales has been brought on every single one of my teams. But I'm really happy with how this game went. I'm really happy with how a lot of the games went because it worked in my favor.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that I have secured my place in playoffs because I like to think I worked hard for it. And like I had a lot of help for it, obviously, but it's not like I'm dumb. I like to think that when people were like suggesting things, I could also say like, oh, this is good, but also this could be good. Like I had things to contribute instead of just being told what to do.
Yeah, no, I mean like, yeah, I think that you're just also a person where you kind of need like some other external input to kind of get your brain like rolling and stuff. And that means that, like, you know, it means that, like I'm quite good at building if you can bounce off people. But I think that you're not that good if you just need to sit down and just, like, do it as much. Which is, you know, some people are like that.
I think I have to have the most improved award. Going from 4 losses to 4 wins.
Yeah.
Who the fuck else has, like... nobody has a record like that. Just me.
Yeah. Yeah, we can pull up Ellie's team now. I prepped Ellie for this game, and I did a lot of the building, and Ellie was mad at me because I made her lose. And I will say, I didn't make her lose. Ellie made herself lose, okay? I'm defending myself. I'm gonna have an impassioned defense of myself, and if Morgan, not Morgan, if, like, Eve or anybody wants to tell me that it was my fault in the chat, then that's fine, but I'm making my defense here. Okay, this is both a review of the team, but it's also my impassioned defense of myself. Number one, let's talk about Grimsnarl. This is like normal. There were no dark types on Morgan's roster, so we figured that Parting Shot and Taunt was just totally safe to do. Otherwise, like Prankster obviously gets blocked by dark. Well, Prankster doesn't obviously get blocked by dark types. People very regularly forget this, but it does block, like, Dark does block Prankster. It doesn't block the screens, obviously. Those are just impacting the field. But if it's targeting the dark type, it won't work. But yeah. This is a pretty normal Zard. Zard was obvious to bring the fucking roster like Morgan's. And there's no real reason to bring like a. I thought there wasn't really any real reason to bring a fourth move other than Roost. It could have been an argument for it, but honestly, I didn't think it was worth it. So Cell was this was supposed to be like set up Cell. Ellie said I think Cell sucked here. I don't know why we got Cell. Which number one, well, Eve came up with negative Thunder Punch, so that wasn't me. Sorry.
Cell kind of set up Cell when I have Skeledirge is like brave. That's brave.
But the idea was we would remove Dirge. The idea was we would remove Dirge. Well, I'll talk about Araquanid first real quick. Araquanid was shitting on Dirge. Araquanid was shitting on Dirge really hard. Was like pressing the button so hard and Dirge was dying. And Dirge was dying. And Dirge was dying. And Mew, like Knock, was also doing a lot. We considered bringing Darkest Lariat on Gripsnarl too, but we didn't. And we had like Scorching Sands for chip on side. So we had a lot of things to chip down Dirge. And we wanted Knock, like, because we wanted to have you would have done legal action versus me if I prepped you for this game, if you had Ellie's roster. Is that what you're saying? I'm defending myself. Here's
the thing. You didn't consider
if we brought it. Okay, I understand. Yeah. Okay, I understand.
You didn't consider one thing, which is that I have like Dirge is the Pokemon I have the most experience with out of my entire roster. There was no way I was letting him die to something foolish.
Yeah. We were trying to get Rocks, so I don't know why Ellie didn't get Rocks. We had this awesome Mew. We called him Solder 76 because he has 76 EVs and 3. So there's a fun fact for you.
This is like,
I mean,
this is the least threatening Mew set you could have brought. This does nothing to me. I'm just like looking at it, and you're like, oh, it would have been so badass, and it's like, would it have been though? Look at this thing.
Yes, because it would have fucking clicked, because it would have clicked Stealth Rock and fucking Knock. Ellie needed to get Rocks up, but she didn't get Rocks up.
It didn't. Knockoff didn't even do half the Dirge.
But okay, the point, we thought Dirge was gonna be Boots.
No.
And it wasn't Boots. You say, oh no, obviously not. Like, as if it was that obvious that Fire or Ikoria was taking the slot. Come on now.
I mean, it's like more obvious than whatever the hell this Mew is. I just think this Mew sucks, is what I'm saying. I think that this Mew sucks.
We needed a pivot. We needed Knock to like actually let things get shipped by let things get shipped like with Boots so that like we could keep offensive pressure up. We needed fucking like and like I don't remember. We had a different move on this before Ice Punch. Ice Punch was Eve's idea, so don't at me with that one. But yeah, not even Mew's Triple Dance Iron. Eve's right. This Mew is good, and the spread. I don't remember what all it was. It was doing a lot of things at once. And Expert Belt, honestly, the Expert Belt was kind of weird. I don't know why. It should have just been like something else.
You could have brought. It would have been way scarier if you brought Sandy Shocks with hazards. Because, like, Sandy Shocks was so frightening for me to deal with. I was, like, scared of Sandy Shocks.
I was looking at it, and I was like, Socks has, like, 10 million switch-ins. The fact that you didn't bring... Just because you didn't bring Tusk didn't mean I wasn't scared of Tusk on the fucking sheet. And that I wasn't scared of fucking... That I wasn't scared of, like, fucking, like... like all of the fucking ice types on the sheet. Like I wasn't scared. Like I was like looking at this thing is like fucking like Bax is gonna come in and click fucking Dragon Dance on this thing, and I can't do anything. Like that was like my brain. I was like
set up on the Mew. It would have set up on the Mew too. I don't know. Like I understand what you mean, but just like the Mew,
But
like
Mew was making progress.
the same shit would have happened.
But it wasn't dying. It wasn't dying to the fucking like it could actually flip turn out of the fucking backs and bring in something that scared out the backs. Could have brought in Wheezing. Could have brought in and like it's you don't understand. You don't know anything about Pokemon. Ever. Eve stop saying this. And then stop agreeing with Morty. Hazel saying, "Oh God, that's okay."
You
well, it's because I'm fighting for my life in here.
Yeah, you're fighting for your life. This is like genuinely, honest to God, this Mew being like the thing I was so fucking scared of, and then having this moveset. This is like almost a Hulk toilet moment. This is like almost a Hulk toilet moment.
What do you mean Mew sucks? This is a fine Mew.
Hazel agrees with me. Hazel agrees with me.
It's a good Mew. It's a good Mew.
It's literally like it doesn't.
Ellie just because Ellie didn't fucking pilot it properly, just because Ellie didn't deploy it correctly, doesn't mean it was bad.
What the hell did you even bring Ice Punch for?
I don't know. That was Eve's idea. It was for something. It was for like
Electric Oricorio.
Electric Oricorio. Yeah.
Why were you scared of Electric Oricorio?
Because we didn't have a check. We didn't have a check for it. And if Ellie had won this game, you'd be talking about how good that was.
No, I wouldn't have.
You'd be talking about how crazy it got the rocks.
I would have talked about how I was more scared of the Dragon Dance
like
Mew.
There's three Pokemon weak to electric moves. Like, why would DD Mew be good? Why would DD Mew, which is a fucking to Skeledirge, good?
You brought setup Celesteela, and you're asking me why DD Mew would have been good. You thought that Celesteela...
Setup Celesteela is stronger than Mew.
I don't...
And it snowballs.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
It's literally stronger. It literally has a higher... It has... And it had better coverage against your... Well, not better coverage, but it had the better stab coverage against your roster. It actually has, like, good stabs. And, it snowballs. Like, once it gets one kill, it snowballs.
Is it gonna get a kill against Dirge, though?
It's not gonna kill Dirge. It doesn't have to kill Dirge. Flash Cannon, Flamethrower, Air Slash was like perfect coverage against your roster.
It has 7 higher special attack and
worse moves. It doesn't die to Mawile Sucker Punch. Yeah, that too. Eve is being so real. Eve is my realest friend.
Yeah, because Eve also helped. Eve is on trial too.
Eve barely helped. I was the one who was actively prepping. Eve just looked at the pace and signed off. But I mean, to be fair, 4 sentences. Eve just like no, I'm just. Anyways. The largest accusation that has been thrown against me by the camp of Ellie and her assorted miscreants, who you shouldn't have been DDH one shot.
True.
Okay.
True.
If I concede that maybe it would have been good if it were Sandy Shocks, then will you lay off me for 3 seconds?
Sure.
Okay. But it was still a good set. And anyways, let's talk. It's so sidetracked. Removing once Dirge was alright, let's start with this. Like, once Dirge was removed, Cell hit everything except Slowking. I was honestly thinking that Dirge Slowking was coming. And it's fine that it didn't. It was probably better overall that Slowking didn't show up.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things.
Yeah, like if you look at like the roster, it's like if you look at the roster and you look at like the moveset, it's like Flamethrower hits Mawile, and then Air Slash hits Tusk, Flash Cannon hits Bax, Flamethrower hits Earthworm, Air Slash hits Ape, like Flash Cannon or Flamethrower, probably Flash Cannon hits Stab, hits Cloister, it's neutral, whatever. Flash Cannon hits Ninetales, Flamethrower hits Revivroom, like it's almost all super effective coverage.
Right.
Like it hits like everything, and like it snowballs. Like once it can just pick up a kill on something that's chipped, and like get Nautotomized up, it can snowball really hard. And like, so I really don't think it was a bad choice for a setup sweeper. I think that it kind of just got cucked. I think that Ellie was unable to like find the like position to remove Dirge, and I think that like not getting rocks up and like not being able to chip stuff down made it really hard to like do that. And I think that I mean that's bad. That's most of it. Like that's the main like thing with that. But I think Cell was a fine choice. I really like defend my choice of Cell as like the sweeper here. And I think Araquanid was like pretty good as a breaker, and like webs were nice to keep the speed down a little bit. Leech Life was hitting also could have had teammates kill Dirge, but DD Mew was bad with Dirge. Yeah, but like Mew again, still Mew is weaker and has like the coverage is like more or less the same against the roster. But Mew is weaker and like doesn't like snowball in the same way, and doesn't have like and also again like isn't weak to like Mawile and stab, literally stab, Hazel. It uses both stabs. You know how important stab is, you fucker. Okay. I'm fighting for my life in here.
You're literally being flayed alive. You know what it is? You know what it is? We all feel obligated because Ellie feels robbed. And then you killed Ellie.
Ellie kept talking about how shit I was at prepping. Man, she wasn't. Now Ellie better transfer that anger like Lillie and Hazel now prepped her and she got. Yeah, Hazel, why don't we hear? I'm curious to hear about your building next week with Ellie.
I love a good argument.
I'm quite curious to hear about that.
I want this. We need this like drama to continue next week. This is like great content. You know, this is some hashtag content.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, yeah. Araquanid was taking like jack shit port songs. If Dirge was like +6, Araquanid was still only taking like 30% because Water Bulb's a cheap ability. And then yeah, so it was good. It was a good switch in as well as like as a breaker. And like webs were nice. Toxic was nice. Toxic is just kind of like fourth move. Like that's just put it in there.
I think Araquanid is like a really like it really was a scary ass Pokemon to deal with.
Weezing was I think the most inspired mon on this team. We had Defog, Thunderbolt, Strange Team, Corrosive Gas. Corrosive Gas probably could have been a fire move, and you got told to build a team in 3 hours. Wow.
Wait, hold on. I think we might have a... Wait, you know what, Sienna? Actually, I take back what I said about your Mew set.
Anyways, let's yeah, so Weezing was meant to be like, Ellie didn't really have any fucking ice resist, like, at all. Ellie has no ice resist. Basically, Ellie has literally only Araquanid and Cryogonal are ice resistant. Physical bulk is so bad that it can't switch into Cloister, and obviously can't take Rock Blast. And Araquanid also can't take Rock Blast. So we settled on neutralizing Gas Weezing. everybody should agree that this set is pimp. Regardless of what your belief system is about how I built for this team, this set was pimp, and you have to just hand it to me.
No, yeah, right. Like, genuinely,
yeah.
Wheezing G is the best guy on this team, and I think he's dope.
Like, Wheezing, yeah. Also, I do want to call the best like call that I made on the best matchup call that I made, like on what Morgan would bring, is I knew that Morgan would name the paced crack team of experts I've assembled to kill the entire cast of Overwatch. I just like felt it in my bones, and I knew that I knew that we had to have Overwatch counter names with 3 Winstons. But yeah, neutralizing gas is like a really cool ability. That is easy to like forget about. And yeah, just this Thunderbolt with this 28 special attack just helped it. Just let it OHKO the Cloister, and it like it like neutralizing gas disabling skill link. Let it just totally like make Cloister a non-issue, and it totally worked. So
yeah, shout out to
nobody should have a problem with this, other than debatably corrosive gas being a weird choice. I was just scared of, like, I just wanted things to not have held items. I was like looking at it and I was like, I really want things to be taking Rock's chip. And I kept saying, Ellie, you need to make sure things take a lot of Rock's chip. And she never clicked Stealth Rock, so you know, what am I supposed to do? Yeah. That's the team. We spent a really long time on that. But any people at home, they can make their decision on if I am a bad builder or not. I do want to like also say I'm really bad at building hyper offense. Like, this isn't even hyper offense at all. Functionally. This is like a fake, like, this is like a version of a balanced team, because I was looking at it and I was like, there is no way that like Ellie can actually beat Morgan in terms of tempo. Morgan's team just like functions faster than Ellie's does in like a lot of ways. Like I think that like like Morgan has a higher tempo roster with like kind of scarier setup sweepers and more kind of like annoying like gimmicks, and just like even though like Charizard is like the scary guy on like Ellie's team, like the rest of it, like the fact that like there's no like ice resist or anything on Ellie's team and like made it hard to build. And then I want to say like the biggest accusation against me was that I didn't bring up Wild Check. I want you to scroll to like Ellie's like Ellie's fucking page on this thing and like tell me what like actually checks Mawile. Like actually. I know you're saying like, I know you're thinking maybe, oh yeah, you should have responded stop. And maybe I should have, but like even then, like Shox lives like one Iron Head. Like I don't know what it realistically does. Like it can't switch into Mawile. It can't kill Mawile. It can't like burn it. It can't like really do anything to it that much. Like what we were kind of banking on was just that like through positioning, Mawile would be able to be checked by Cell and by Zard and by like XYZ. Because really, like who actually switches in against Mawile and just like likes being in against it's like really nobody. So you just it had to be like one by, and it just didn't really work out.
Mawile is just too boss.
Yeah. I think Mew gets Vacuum Wave for what it's worth. Maybe not Sucker Punch. Or well, maybe not Quick Attack. Got that a Vacuum Wave Mew. But yeah, anyways, I think we can stop the I think we've established things. We can look at the rankings. We are almost done with makeup week. We have 2 matches left for makeup week that like need to get finished.
Yeah, and that'll determine like the last people.
Yeah.
So the only people that are secure right now are, well, I say only. It's like 6 people. It's Lillie, Sienna, Eve, Hazel, Faye, and me. And technically, like, WAFFLOES is, like, bordering. As long as WAFFLOES doesn't get 6-0'd, WAFFLOES is fine.
Yeah. And then, like, if like, Lillie, Hazel, like, depending on that, like, the like, last slot in,
Yeah.
The last slot in playoffs could be Ray or Lillie. Or, I mean, it could be WAFFLOES if WAFFLOES doesn't do that well in the game. Yeah. It would be like, you know, the group of 8 people change. It's just either Ray or Lillie is gonna make that last slot.
Yeah. I gotta say also, me having like the 3rd best differential when I've lost half of my games is crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty funny, and like, yeah, like your Pokemon it's like that. I also want to point out how insane Eve's opponent stat is, with only 5 wins, but only four opponent remaining, which means like I mean, if you look at Eve's like sheet, like literally like she had 2 1-0 losses and then 1 2-0 loss. Like that was the worst it got, which is really just a testament to how she's a good player as fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But let's
next week.
Let's take a moment to salute our fallen.
Salute to Diana. You ate Harold Holt like the best of them. Saluting Belle, who was the Washington Wizards 2, the sequel to the Washington Wizards. Saluting Charlotte, who I can't do a joke on that team name. It's too long. I don't know. Salute to Tristana, the nameless warrior who never had a team and who came in. And also salute to Frigg, who's still, you know, taking a mental health break, and I hope she gets better. Who played the first 3 matches of that roster. A salute to Mike. He's gonna be in Area 0 forever now from Pokemon, until the next draft league probably. It won't probably be fun. A salute to Ellie, who played 3/6 so hard that she died.
Our 6 fallen warriors, and one more will join them.
Yeah, one more. But yeah. That
That was a long one. That was a long one. You know what though? It's fitting for what is the last full week.
Yeah. And it wouldn't have been as long if I didn't like argue with like people for like 30 minutes. At least it would have been pretty normal length otherwise. Anyways, yeah, I think it's about time I hop off. I hope you have fun. I know you're. What are you? What are you? You got you pulling up the Super Mario Soup commercials? You're gonna watch all the Mario. No, Ocarina of Time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Basically, you could see if Egoraptor was right on his sequelitis video.
Oh
You
yeah.
can see if it was epic or not, and. Yeah, have a good rest of your stream.
Thank you.
I'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Alright. Well, I hope you all enjoyed Draft League for the night. I really, I'm so fucking proud of myself for getting the comeback in the end. Even if it was kind of, like, out of my control if I truly got into playoffs or not. At that point, like, I am, like, the fact that I got the comeback is, like, dude, when it happened, I almost, like, burst into tears. I was so, like, relieved that, like, my fucking, like, hard work paid off in the end. Like, fuck, dude. It's been a hell of a journey to get to this point, and I'm gonna give it my all in playoffs. I could get eliminated first round at this point, and I would still be pretty happy with my performance. The fact that despite my fumbles in the beginning, I still made it to the highest stage, that's something to be proud of. But yeah. Another Draft League stream down. Again, I'm gonna say, since we're transitioning, first I'm gonna take a BRB to take a piss. That's not gonna take much time. But real quick, we're doing our September lofty goal of trying to get 50 subscribers, and then I'll stream a Pokemon Randomizer Nuzlocke. If you watched all the way through this, I know that you like Pokemon. I don't believe that you don't like Pokemon, so if you want to see more Pokemon, specifically hard Pokemon, this is your chance. We are currently 25 subs away. Someone unsubscribed in the past hour, which probably just means their sub ran out. And that's okay. But, yeah, if you want to subscribe, if you want to give gift subs, or if you just want to keep watching, you know, that's cool too, and I appreciate it. But yeah, if we could hit that goal, I'll shit, and I'll get scared, and it'll be cool. We're just gonna take a quick BRB, so I could take a pee, or else I'll die, because we've been going at this for like almost 4 hours. We're not gonna get much Ocarina of Time tonight, but that's okay. Yeah, hashtag make Morgan shit. I'll be right back.